1-800-596-2626 or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Wildcats Radio 1290 is everywhere. You can now hear us on our free app from the App and Google Play Store, streaming on wildcatsradio1290.com, iHeartRadio and Odyssey app, and even on 1290 AM. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center.
Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We're listening to the home of Jim Rome, Rich Eisen, and DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Live from the CNWT.
Wait, what's the CNWT? Central Northwest Tucson. Duh.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm a native.
David Amata.
Hey, that's Dragon Ball to you.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Mount Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but three first names, David Scott Kelly.
And we are coming to you live from Canyon del Oro High School up here in Oro Valley. I am looking at the absolutely beautiful Push Ridge Mountains. I mean, you don't get a better scenic shot for high school football, I think, anywhere here in the city of Tucson, unless you're across the street, of course, at Push Ridge Christian Academy, which has pretty much the exact same view that we have here, only maybe about a quarter of a mile closer to that beautiful mountain. I might have to hook up the other camera here so you all can get a shot of this beautiful mountain if you've never had a chance to come here to Dorado Stadium and witness a football game firsthand. It is almost Friday night, and it is high school football here in Southern Arizona, week number 5. And we've got the defending Conference 4A state champions tonight, the Canyon del Oro Dorados, and they're going to be taking on the Amphi Panthers here tonight in a battle of the Amphitheater District here this evening. And we are looking forward to talking to head coach Scott McKee and a number of his players, as well as other student athletes from the Dorado family here as we get you set for kickoff coming up tonight, 7 o'clock here at Canyon del Oro High School. We'll go through the full list of games, a lot of action happening tonight across Southern Arizona. There were a number of games last night in Southern Arizona. We'll give you, I'll get you up to date on all of what happened last night. Again, a number of Thursday night games being played now week to week. And so that schedule began last night with, among those teams, Saguaro was on the docket. Saguaro beat Choya last night by a score of 35-14. One of the best teams in Southern Arizona, Micah Mountain, knocked off Sunnyside, shut them out by a score of 28-0. You had South Point Catholic on the road up at Peoria, in Peoria against Peoria Centennial, and the Lancers come out with a win there as they get the 27-23 victory. And then Florence, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is undefeated. They are, not right here in Southern Arizona, but close to Southern Arizona is Florence, and they shut out Rio Rico by a count of 43-0 last night. So Florence, indeed, let's see if I can bring their record up. Yep, they are 5-0 to start the season. Wow, they're already halfway through their season on September the 20th, and they are 3A. Of course, they're 3A. This is week, as I mentioned, so that would actually make it week 6 because some of these teams have played 5 games already. So this is actually week 6 of the high school football season because the 3A, 2A, and 1A teams started a week ahead of everyone else. So week 6 of the high school football season here tonight at Canyon del Oro High School. The Dorados, they are 2-1 on this young season, and their rivals in the Amphitheater district, the Panthers, will enter this game at 1-2 tonight. Canyon del Oro right now, the official rankings for AZ Preps have not come out yet, but in terms of the Max Preps rankings, Amphi right now Canyon del Oro right now is the number 4 team here in southern Arizona. They are the number 6 team currently in Conference 4A. And again, 2-1 are the Dorados. They lost their opener to start the season up at Eastmark. Eastmark, a newer program, but a very powerful program as they've already won a state championship in their short history. But that was a tight game, 12-3, lost by the Dorados. They have since come back, knocked off Bradshaw Mountain from obviously up in the Phoenix area, and then beat Desert View on the road last night last week, I should say, by a count of 21-6. So this will be the second home game for the Dorados. Amphi actually started their season with a win. The Panthers, under longtime head coach Jorge Mendoval, they won their opener over Maryville by a score of 43-8. It has been tough sledding, however, since that opener, and they've got a couple of injuries, I've been told, so they're going to be without some of their top players here tonight against CDO. A loss to Independence, 23-0 in week number 3, and then falling in the Battle of Prince Road last weekend to rivals last Friday night to rival Flowing Wells, 34-6. So that's what you've got as we get you set for Friday night high school football. We'll go through all the games on the schedule coming up for you a little bit later. I am here at the high school. We're going to be located, if you're going to be stopping by today, you want to stop by and check us out. We are just inside the entrance, not too far from the concession stand here at Dorado Field, so stop on by. I've got my guys, J-Dub and David Amata, Dragon Ball, back in studio today. And, guys, let's start maybe with the big story, the major story nationally. Yesterday, at the end of our show, I think we signed off. Shohei Ohtani had only 2 home runs. Lo and behold, he hit another after we signed off to finish with one of the most incredible offensive games that you're ever going to see in Major League Baseball history, with 3 home runs, a double, a single, 6 for 6 with 10 runs batted in.
Yeah, I think the craziest part to me is he went double, stolen base, stole third. Then he singled and stole second. Nobody even challenged that. Then next time up, he actually hit a triple, and he was out by maybe a foot. So the one, he was 6 for 6 and 1 foot away from the cycle.
Oh, my God.
But the 3 home runs came at the end. So he hit his first home run in the 5th. That put him at 49. Then he hit his 50th. And I have the 51st. You want to hear what that sounded like, DK?
Let's hear that home run.
Joe Davis, Dodger Radio.
We all are watching this guy.
Oh, my gosh! Shohei Ohtani! The greatest day in baseball history! This is not real life. He is not human. And he's giggling as he heads back into the dugout with his 3rd home run today, his 51st of the season. I can't even keep up with what the final line is. Let's make sure we get this exactly right. And then send it straight to Cooperstown. Authenticate this line. 6 for 6. 3 home runs, 5 extra base hits, scored, 10 runs batted in, and a 50-50 club, and a trip to the postseason, all rolled into one rollicking Miami day.
Have a day.
Unbelievable, and I didn't even know, J-Dub, until you just said that he came a hairline a foot away from a triple.
Yeah, I mean, he was chugging around second. It looked, but the throw was a really good throw. They got him at third. The crazy thing to me, DK, is how long have the Dodgers been playing? 1879, something ridiculous like that?
It's a while.
So he's the first Dodger ever with 10 RBIs in a game.
Wow.
He's the first Dodger to ever hit 50 or more home runs. So not only did he join the 50-50 club, reminder listeners, he was the first player ever to join the 44-44 club. That's home runs and stolen bases. Nobody had ever done that before. He did that a couple months ago. 50-50, nobody's ever been done. 10 RBIs never been done by a Dodger, and 50 home runs never been done by a Dodger.
Wow. That is unbelievable.
Have a day, right?
Yeah, have a day. Have a day indeed. That was the 51st home run. And we always love to hear how these achievements sound in different languages. We'll often play Spanish calls, obviously because that language is a tie to our community. But how about we hear how home run number 50 sounded in Japanese?
ホームランが出るといよいよ連日報道にもありました50-50達成となります。これはレフト方向に大きな当たりが飛んでいきました。入りましたホームラン。大谷も思わず叫んだ50-50。大谷翔平50-50達成です。今日は5打数5安打2ホーマー2盗塁、そして今50-50達成です。大谷も大きな声でカモンという声を出しました。この思い出の地ローンデポパークでやりました大谷翔平。
Now, DK, I'm not sure I know exactly what he said, but I know he's very excited about what he was saying.
Oh, yes, he was. 50-50, that's universal in every language right there. The Japanese call of one of the greatest moments in Major League Baseball
else
history.
Is crazy, DK? I read today, because he's pretty much the front runner for the MVP, right?
Oh, yeah.
No player has ever won MVP as a designated hitter.
Wow.
Ever. So we're talking about, I mean, it's so hard in today's day and age to talk about firsts because we've pretty much seen it all. We've seen so many different feats happen in sports over the years. But first player to ever hit 50 for the Dodgers, first player to ever hit 10 home runs for the Dodgers, very likely to be the first player ever as a designated hitter, positionless designated hitter, winning the MVP.
Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible for sure. Shohei Ohtani, and he's still got, about a week plus to go to add to those numbers.
And not only that, I want to think to myself, he's going to potentially be the only player, because he won an MVP with the Angels at one point.
Crickets here.
He would be the first player since Frank Robinson to win both the American and National League MVP awards in a career.
That's when you're in that rarefied air. That's when you're in your rarefied air, when you start standing up next to legends, guys like Frank Robinson. You know you're doing something. You know you're playing this game the right way when you're able to compare yourself to legends like that. All right, let's join the fourth member of our program into the conversation. Her name is Cricket. Cricket.
Hello.
What time is it?
It is the
weekend. Woo! It is the weekend here in southern Arizona. The temperatures are starting to cool down. I mentioned the other day, we're starting to get to patio weather. We got some patio. The wife and I got some patio action in last night at one of our favorite haunts up in the foothills area. It was very nice, very nice. I wish we'd have had this breeze. We have a very strong wind here at Canyon del Oro right now. I wish we had this kind of wind last night, but it was still a very nice evening for what we like to call Wind Down Thursdays, if you know what I mean.
Wink, wink.
Wind Down Thursdays. There you
Got
go.
you.
All right, so what is happening in southern Arizona this weekend? We'll get the first of Cricket's 2 reports on everything going on this weekend down here in our neck of the woods.
Well, you can wine down tonight.
Ooh.
A Marvin Gaye listening party at Revel Wine Bar on 9th Street. Sounds kind of chill, kind of nice. Grab a glass, have some fun. Tomorrow's a big day. It's Apple Annie's Corn Maze opening day in Wilcox. I just want to throw this out there. I'm going to race in the Celebrity Corn Maze race to benefit the Tucson Wildlife Center. And at Apple Annie's, you can get fresh produce and pre-picked pumpkins, all kinds of stuff, and the best apple pie on the planet. Now, tomorrow night, it's Rocktoberfest at Union Public House from 7 to 10. Stein hoisting, a brat eating contest, and live music from The Dirt.
There you go. Sounds like some good things happening here in southern Arizona this weekend. What's on your docket, Cricket? What have you got going on?
I'm just going to race tomorrow at Apple Annie's and then probably recover the rest of the weekend.
So you're racing, like you're.
Yes.
Is that you did that race last year, if I'm not mistaken, with your nephew?
Correct.
Okay. How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing very well, and he's going to race again with me tomorrow. I think he led us to victory last year, so hopefully he can do it again this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you know anything about your competition tomorrow?
It's going to be our Shannon and Buzz from our sister station.
Oh, well, please beat them.
There's a couple of TV people. I think D. Cortez and someone from KOLD.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've got television and some radio.
One of my old television haunts
You
there.
just need to send Dragon Ball out there as like an advanced scout to kind of get the tendencies of your competition.
Does anybody have a drone?
Exactly.
I don't have a drone, but I do.
Don't have a drone?
I don't have a drone.
Oh, I'm surprised.
All right, Cricket, we're going to have much more. We're going to have a lot of interviews.
I don't know.
I don't spy on my neighbors.
You strike me as a drone person.
I just thought you might be a drone person. I don't know.
All right, we're going to have much more.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're good.
We're going to have much more coming up later in the show from Cricket, as well as out here. We're going to be interviewing a lot of the student athletes here from Canyon del Oro High School. Hopefully a few of the Amphi football players when the team arrives here right around 5 o'clock. So come on out. We're at CDO. It is almost Friday night. The Dorados and the Panthers tonight. Kickoff coming up at 7. But first, Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions that are reported in clearing Cold Road in Irvington, some earlier slowing at that intersection, Overton and Thornydale, and Mission north of Ajo Way. 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, triple digits back on Wednesday, 93 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Good news, everybody. We stay on the air with you for an extra 2 hours after every Arizona football and men's basketball game all season long. That's why we are the home of the Wildcats. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
In a world of chaos and high inflation, where savings are rare.
Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think something is happening.
Step on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We are out at Canyon del Oro High School. It is almost Friday night. We've got the defending Conference 4A state champion Dorados, who are taking on Amphi in a battle of the Amphitheater district. We have our first two guests of the show joining us here. I have got the senior quarterback, Gavin Bauer, and senior guard, offensive guard and outside linebacker, Elijah Unsworth joining us. And fellas, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Homecoming. You guys excited about homecoming?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right, so there's 5 of you here right now. There's 2 of you on camera and 3 of you off camera. Who's got the best chance of being homecoming king out of this group?
Probably Evan.
Evan. Now, which one's Evan?
Well,
Evan over there. Okay, why has Evan got the best shot of being homecoming king?
Everybody loves Evan.
Everyone. What
He's got a great smile, got great hair. You know.
Evan looks like he's got his hunter's glasses on over there. He looks like he does a little hunting out there, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah, he likes the outdoors.
Okay, so give each one of you give me an Evan story.
All right, Evan story. I'm gonna go with in 8th grade. I played 8th grade football with Evan, and I remember he used to play like every single position. He'd play receiver, linebacker, safety, D-end, wherever. He'd play everywhere, and that's what I remember. That's my story.
How about you, Elijah? What's a good Evan story?
My story would be freshman year. So he ended up throwing a touchdown pass to his own brother.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, who's his brother?
Austin Greer.
Austin Greer. Oh, outstanding. So both you guys played on the state championship team last year?
Yes, sir.
Walk me through just what you're always going to remember about that experience of being able to get this program back and bring home a gold football.
I mean, it was pretty awesome. I mean, I remember just everybody like storming the field after the win, and it was just a lot of fun.
What I remember was just how hype it was, like just the excitement. It was crazy. It was a great experience.
Right. So then you win the state, and Dustin Peace announces that he's going to step away from the program. What was that? What was hearing that news like for you guys?
It was a little surprising, and it was. I mean, I like Coach Peace, and I thought he was a good coach, and we wish I had him, but we're happy with Coach McKee too. And we're glad I stayed in the family with him.
Yeah, Elijah, how much did having Coach McKee be in the program and being familiar with him, how much did that help in the transition?
It helped a lot. Like he was like already a part of the family, and then he kind of just stepped up.
So how are they different? First year now, Scott's got his hands. This is his program now. How would you say, Elijah, that they're different?
They're different. Well, Scott definitely runs us harder on the first day.
The first day?
Yeah, first day. As I was doing gassers, and they're pretty challenging, but it gets us in shape.
Gavin, what do you think is like, why does he want to come out of the gate, you think, like that, the first day out to really establish conditioning?
I think he does it to make us tough, and we want to be a tough football team, and that's one of the ways to do it.
All right, we're chatting with a couple of the members of the Canyon del Oro Dorados state championship football team. Gavin Bauer, the starting quarterback through the first 3 games, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, quarterback rating over 100. How would you assess the first 3 games for yourself, Gavin?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, we can always get better, and I'm striving to get better, but I think it's a good start with no interceptions and 3 touchdowns.
All right, so first game, you guys lost up at Eastmark. That's a pretty good program up there. What kind of went wrong? What were some of the changes you guys have made in weeks 2 and 3 to kind of get things rolling here?
I'd say that Eastmark, we had a lot of inexperience on the field, and I don't know. I think we've grown a lot in the next couple games, and that's helped us win. I'd say that's probably the biggest thing. A lot of us are more experienced now. We got a varsity game under our belt, and we're more ready to play.
Yeah, Elijah, so obviously there's an indication that maybe a little bit of a younger team than you guys have had. How have you guys tried to set the table for those young guys and what this program is all about?
Just having our seniors be like really strong leaders towards the younger guys and get them up to where we are.
Okay, so let me ask each of you, how are you? Are you vocal? Are both of you vocal leaders? I mean, are you the kind that lead by example, or are you the kind that, Gavin, if you got to get in somebody's face and set them straight, you'll do that?
I'd say I'd like to lead by example more. I mean, I'll definitely talk to you if I feel like you need talking to, but I like to be kind of like more of the nice guy and let some of the other guys handle the other stuff, and I like to lead by example mostly.
How about you, Elijah?
I like to just like take that one guy away from everyone and just like coach him up on his own.
There you go. Now you play guard. You also play outside linebacker. Why off the line on defense?
So I was playing defensive line last year, and we just had we have really good ends this year, and they see that I can be used in other different areas. So that's why I'm playing outside.
There we go. And Gavin, you don't play any defense?
When's
the last time you played some defense? You play defense at all this season?
I've gone in every now and then this season, but I don't primarily play defense.
Do you miss that? Because a lot of kids, when they get to that quarterback position, that kind of becomes their focus. Do you miss that defensive aspect of it at all?
I don't necessarily miss it. There's some stuff that I like to do, but overall I enjoy playing quarterback, and I'm fine with that.
All right, so what's been exciting about homecoming week? Do you guys have a pep rally today or yesterday? Or
we had like a whole spirit week, so each day we wore a different outfit.
Okay, so which class have we found out the winners for Spirit Week yet, or does that come later?
I don't think we do it here. We just wear.
So what the seniors do? What the seniors do for Spirit Week?
Oh, some of them. One of our days we had like princesses versus pirates, so we saw a lot of pirates and
princesses versus pirates.
Yeah.
All right. So did you guys have funky uniforms for that, or dress up? Or
he does a pretty good job of Spirit Week. Elijah does. Yeah.
Elijah is an offensive guard and an outside linebacker. Are you the defensive captain? So are you calling the plays defensively, or
that's more of our Mike Nick over there?
Okay. Outstanding. Micah Mountain looks good. That was what it came down to you two teams last year. How excited are you guys for that rivalry now that both teams are among the best in Conference 4A?
We're excited, but we like to focus on the task at hand, which is Amphi this week. But we're definitely excited, but we're more focused on what's going on right now.
So do you guys look at this? I mean, same district. Do you look at it as a rivalry?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any friends on that team over there at all, or?
I know a couple people from other sports.
Any trash talking this week at all, or? No, not at all. All right, guys. Well, best of luck. I want to get a couple of your other teammates in here. Gavin Bowers and Elijah Unsworth. Go out there and play safe tonight.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, a couple of your Canyon del Oro Dorado football players. We're going to get a couple of other guys in here. As we swap out these two, we are here. It is a windy night here up on the north side. I should have asked Gavin how that could potentially affect passing this tonight because it is very windy at the moment. And we got a couple of other guys that are sitting down here with us right now. We're going to be interviewing a host of the different Dorado athletes. We had some members of the student council who are going to be stopping by with us as well. We'll talk some homecoming here this evening. Young man, what's your name?
Evan Greer.
Evan Greer. Okay, so Evan, you are the one that they were telling me is most likely to be homecoming king come the end of the night. Do you believe you're going to win?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not a very outgoing person, I'd say. So I don't know. I just like to lay back and enjoy what's going on.
And Evan, what position do you play?
I'm a defensive end and a running back.
Defensive end and running back. And young man, what's your name?
Tatum Waddell.
Tatum Waddell? Waddell?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Tatum, what position do you play?
Left tackle.
Left tackle. So we got another lineman with us here. Again, I thought last year, Tatum, that was one of the strengths of this team. Was the offensive line. You guys finally kind of put together a good group with Sakali Woodard kind of leading that unit. What was your takeaway from last season and the way that offensive line came together?
I think last season we had a great offensive line, and they were a huge part of our team, and they were able to move bodies up front, and I think we wouldn't be where we are now if we didn't have them. Because our O-line today took a lot from them, and we've learned a lot from them. So they were definitely a big part of everything.
How many years, Tatum, have you been on varsity?
3.
3 years. So what was the difference, did you think, from so you're a senior?
Yes, sir.
So the difference between your sophomore year to your junior year, what do you think was the big difference in taking that step to being able to finish things at the end and win state?
I think, we had a huge learning process along the way, and I think we worked hard every day to get to where we are, and just doing this simple stuff over and over again helped us get better.
How about you, Evan? What was your kind of the one thing you're going to remember about that run last year and being able to win a state championship?
It was awesome. The one thing I would take away from it is just everybody collectively as a group. You know, my sophomore year, his sophomore year, we came up short again there. We lost to Snowflake, and I remember that last play every single day, how they scored in overtime. And I think that was also a big thing that led us to come back and win it.
I always, obviously, we've been raving and talking a lot about your former teammate, Caden Luke, and what he's been able to do in his freshman year over at the U of A. I don't know if you guys remember your sophomore year. You guys were playing Foothills, and he kind of leaped over that guy. You remember that play?
Yep. Yes, sir.
What did you when they showed that? I'm sure they probably showed that the next day in film. What did you think when you saw him do that?
I was on the sideline. I played mostly defense my sophomore year. But it was just crazy. You know, you never see a dude that big jumping over somebody and jumping that high. I mean, he's just a freak athlete.
Did you think, Tatum, that he was superhuman when he did that?
You know, yeah. Honestly, probably he is a freak athlete, just like Evan said. And in the moment, it was amazing what he did and how he did it. Everyone wonders.
What does a guy like that? What does he leave upon you when you get a chance to play with him for 2 years? That really molds you how you want to help lead this program in your senior year?
Definitely a humongous amount of leadership and the energy he brings to the team. You know, before every game, he's always hyping us up. He's just a great teammate overall, and I think he's awesome. And you know, that's really it.
How have you guys then tried to maybe take that leadership role this year and kind of make it your own?
We definitely we know we lost a bunch of leaders last year. And my buddy Nick right here, he's definitely taken on that task, and all of us are helping as well. We're just trying to keep our leadership and keep the group tight.
Outstanding. Nick, hang on. We're going to get you on after the break. Where'd you get these glasses, these funky glasses? Tell me about those.
So I bought them online. They're called Heat Waves.
Heat Waves.
Yep.
There you go.
I bought them. I just saw them on Instagram. You know, they looked nice, and I've just been rocking with it.
All right. So if you do win Homecoming King tonight, you got a speech prepared? You got anything you're gonna say?
No, I'm just gonna wing it.
What's the you got a nice outfit for the dance? Is that tomorrow or tonight?
Oh, it's tonight. We all wear the same homecoming shirt.
Really?
Yeah, that's our ticket to get in. So.
All right. Very good. Who's the best dancer out of this group here? Oh, Tatum. Tatum says he's the best dancer. Is that true, guys? Oh, there's some controversy. Oh, maybe Elijah's the best dancer out of the group. All right. So, do you already have someone you're dancing with tonight, or you got somebody you got in mind that you're going to ask tonight?
I do. I have a girlfriend.
Okay, what's her name? Shout her out.
Shout out to Sophia.
Sophia.
Yep.
All right. Is she athlete or cheerleader? Or?
She is not.
No? Okay. She's a smart girl, huh?
She is, yes.
There you
She's
go.
very smart.
Outstanding. You got a dance partner tonight?
I do, yeah. I have a girlfriend as well.
Okay.
She plays volleyball. Shout out Abby Gardner.
Abby Gardner. All right. The ladies here, they like that. They like y'all shouting out the girlfriends. Hey, Evan, Tatum, best of luck tonight. Stay safe out there, and looking forward to watching you guys try to defend that title this year.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That is a few of your Canyon del Oro Dorados. We got one more we're going to have coming up for you after the break. It is almost Friday night, coming to you live from CDO Dorado Field before the Dorados take on the Amphi Panthers. Much more in store for you, but right now, cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With a closure downtown, 6th Street remains closed between Stone Avenue and Church Avenue, closed to all traffic until the spring. That closure has been extended. Collisions reported Kolb and Irvington, Overton and Thornydale, and also Mission north of Ajo Way. 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, triple digits back by Wednesday, and 93 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's football press conference.
where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. Sponsored by Coors Light. Choose chill. Official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics.
Wildcats Radio 1290 presents Rocktoberfest at Union Public House on Saturday, September 21st. Join us for a night of delicious beer, bratwurst, and music from the dirt. Show off your strength at the Stein Hoisting Contest and eat your way through the Brat Eating Contest. It's Rocktoberfest at Union Public House on Saturday, September 21st, presented by Wildcats Radio 1290. More info at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Quick, she's over here. I don't know. I just found her like this.
Yeah, she's banged up, but she'll be fine.
Oh, thank God. What can I do?
Just need the keys. And, sir?
Yeah?
Your car's gonna be fine.
Thank you.
Mobile detailing from Recon Auto Detailing. Tired of wear and tear on your vehicle or just tired of cleaning it yourself? We'll come to you. Book with us online and see why we have over 1,100 5-star reviews. Recon Auto Detailing. ReconDetail.com.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated. And you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. We find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down, and that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years with top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
DJ on the Sports Tip, 3 to 6 weekdays.
It's like you got one of those 250 horsepower engines.
Those marks. I'm Jim Rome. All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
There are many
many feelings worse than trying to start your car in the morning and being greeted with a dead battery, or being stuck on the side of the road when you don't need to be. 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a battery replacement this year. Don't be a statistic. Stop battery problems before they stop you by testing your battery regularly. Test yours at home or at select Napa locations nationwide. If you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for nearly every make and model on the road. So don't wait. Test your battery today.
Nick,
and
you're a
let Napa
linebacker.
help you keep moving.
Yep.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we are coming to you live from here at Canyon del Oro High School. It is almost Friday night, getting you set for the Dorados and the Amphi Panthers. And we're joined by another member of the Dorado football team, senior running back and linebacker Nick Mondragon. Now, you are a senior, correct, Nick?
Yes, I am.
There you go. One of the best defensive players on this team, and we'll start there. Nick, how's the defense playing so far this year? What do you like about the way you guys have kind of come into this post-championship season?
You know, we kind of kept things pretty similar to last year. Nothing really has changed defensive scheme-wise besides, obviously the players. But, yeah, we just had like a standard set for defense last year, which was run to the ball, tackle the ball. Everybody finishes the play on the ball. And that's very important that we say that. McKee's doing a great job of, keeping those standards that the guys set last year the same. So it's always just, perform at a high level with him.
When you walked onto that field last year at the state championship, what was going through your mind when you walked out of that tunnel that day?
It was really exciting. There's really no other feeling you can get, playing for the state championship with a bunch of buddies you made. And it's really special. Those guys are going to be friends of ours for probably the rest of our lives. This program, just the brotherhood that we've made through these 4 years is probably going to be the most special things that we have. And, yeah, it was just amazing to have that experience with those guys.
So then you win it. How quickly do you start thinking about next season? And do you do other sports? Does your mind go to whatever your next sport is? And at some point, when do you come back to start thinking about football again?
When we won it, I was kind of, and living the moment. Everybody was just enjoying themselves. These guys were going crazy. We were all going crazy in the locker room. We were really just living in the moment. We were taking it all in. And Coach Peace was just, congratulating everybody. We went to the park after the game, and we had a big celebration. We had pizza. We all knew we were getting rings. It was just major party. We were all just super excited, so we really soaked that in, and I was just thinking about that at the time.
And then I remember it's kind of a weird, you guys had your party down at the stadium the day that Jed Fish announced he was leaving. We're all standing out there, trying to figure out what's going on with that, and all of a sudden all you guys start coming out of the stadium. What was that day like for you? You guys are having your party, and all of a sudden you found out the coach at U of A is leaving, and there's all that going on in the building.
There's mixed feelings you get, between, just winning the state championship and then, just losing your head coach, Jed Fish. But, like I said, we were just living in the moment, so we didn't really pay too much attention to that, if that's saying anything.
What does Coach Peace mean to you, and what he's the touch he's had on your career?
He stayed with us the first 3 years of our career, which was, he basically planted the seeds that you're seeing today. A lot of the stuff he taught us, a lot of the schemes, a lot of the standards that are set for this year, he placed, and everybody knows that they're his. And he's passed them down to McKee, and McKee's doing a great job with, keeping those standards the same. He also knows the performance has to be at that level, and it's just two great head coaches, agreeing on one thing.
Now, was Scott, was he running the defense last year, or was he on the offense?
He was up and all around, Okay, we called him Swiss Army knife last year. He was all over the place. He loves football, so he likes to be everywhere all at once. And, as a head coach, that's difficult because you have to focus on one thing, but he's just everywhere. He likes to put his touch on absolutely everything.
We're chatting with Nick Mondragon, senior running back and linebacker, 18 tackles tied for the lead with Evan Greer. Evan's got 12 tackles for loss. How's he so effective getting in the backfield?
Like our defense last year was pretty much revolved around, those playmakers like Evan, Caden, Grant, all those guys. They were really big playmakers, and it's hard to guard a guy like Evan when, his technique is just so good. So very rarely you see him not getting the tackle because he's already in the backfield or he's already on the quarterback or he's flying to the ball. he's just also a very good athlete, so he's always flying to the ball.
They were saying he has good hair, but you got some good hair going on here yourself, man.
We like to keep things a little good over here. So,
all right, if he's not homecoming king, is there anybody else in this group that is?
I don't know. Ask the fellas. What do we think? No.
Probably not. Okay, so if he's not homecoming king, who is outside of this? Is there anybody else on the team, or is there another guy in the school you think wins it?
Oh, Bila, one of our juniors, Brendan Lawrence. He's
Lawrence.
He's
okay.
junior, so he's definitely running for royalty.
Well, but he's a junior though. Can a junior win homecoming queen? Does that work that way at this school? Yeah.
I think I have no. He's royalty. He's not king, but I think he won the juniors.
Okay, so like, when do you find? Do you already know like if you've got to come out of the locker room yet and be here for the halftime when they announce that? Do you know that yet?
I don't think so.
No?
Last year
they don't tell you to right the last minute.
Yeah, I think during halftime they have their little performance over here and they announce who's king and queen. But
all right, outstanding. Yeah. Now you got a dance partner tonight?
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
You're gonna be focused on the game tonight.
Okay,
that's the task at hand.
You're not even thinking about the dance tonight.
We got one task.
There you go. Amphi. What do you know about them? What are you gonna have to stop tonight? I know they got some injuries.
They're a good football program. You know, we've been watching a lot of film. We're really big on watching film over here at McKee's, making sure that we're always watching film. You know, watching the tendencies, watching what we can see, what we can see from what they're lined up in, and they're pretty run heavy. Okay. So we know we got to stop the run. Our inside linebackers got to do their job tonight, but they also like to pass. They like to pass sometimes. So our secondary's got to be on their toes tonight. So we know we got to trust each other to just make the play.
Is it always this windy up here?
No, actually today is pretty crazy. You know,
this is crazy. It is crazy up here. This is some wind.
Big difference
for sure. You're also obviously, I mentioned, a running back leading the team in rushing right now. Have you guys run the ball as effectively as you'd like, or is that still kind of a work in progress?
You know, Coach McKee always says 3-yard run's a good run, and so it's hard to argue with that when you get a first down almost every series. So that's we like to play safe football, and we're winning. So. Don't want to change that.
And you got to shout out your O-line here. What's been kind of cool about Tatum and those guys up front?
Just the energy they bring, Those guys up front are just doing their job, and they're putting people on the floor and watching them celebrate every time is just, they motivate each other to a point where the whole team gets motivated. You punch someone in the mouth, and then someone else punches someone else in the mouth. It creates a chain reaction of everybody just whooping butt. So it's just really great to see those guys up front do their thing.
What do you like to do outside of football?
Working out. Working out's pretty cool. Always getting better. I like to, focus on getting better, like myself. Working too. Nothing better than making money.
You got a job? What's your job? What do you do?
I work down at Michelangelo's down the road over here.
Okay,
that's
Italian
pizza
restaurant.
place
Or Italian restaurant.
Very good over there.
I think I've been by there once or twice. Yeah, for sure. So what do you want to do? You want to try to play at the next level, or you got some other plans? Is this it for football, and then you're going to go off to college and do something else?
That's the plan. Football has been a very big thing in my life, and if I get the opportunity to play at the next level, there's absolutely no way I could say no.
There you go. Outstanding. Any other sports or no?
Just football.
Just football. No baseball guys any baseball guys?
We got a couple. We got a couple of young guys. Coach Basie over here. He's an assistant head coach for the baseball team. He's doing his little thing, recruiting them over here. He's trying to put his little touch over here.
All right. Very good. Well, Nick, best of luck as this season continues. Looking forward to another exciting game here tonight and down the road when CDO goes up against Micah Mountain. Going to be exciting probably this year as it was last year.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nick Mondragon,
nice to meet you,
running back, linebacker. Canyon del Oro Dorados. They're taking on the Amphi Panthers here tonight. It is a 7 o'clock kickoff. We're going to be out here till 6 o'clock. We're going to have a lot more interviews coming up for you as well. We'll dive into what happened last night with Arizona Volleyball. They got a win. They're now 10-0 on the season. We'll hear from a few of their players. Jalen Hodge after the game. Also Jordan Wilson, who is turning into a pretty nice six-rotation player this year. Soccer, the Wildcats go on the road to Baylor. They get a win last night, 1-0 over the Baylor Bears. So the Arizona soccer team is the first to get a victory in a Big 12 competition. So congratulations to those ladies as well. They'll be down at Texas Christian on Sunday. And the WNBA season has come to an end. The question is, have we seen Of course, the Mercury are going to be in the postseason, so there are still games to play. But the questions are now starting to be asked: is this the final go for Diana Taurasi in a uniform for the Phoenix Mercury, the only team that she has ever played for? And will this playoff run be the last time we see her? The ladies lost last night in their home finale to the Seattle Storm by a count of 89-70. So they finished the regular season at 19-21, 2 games under 500. They are the 7th seed in the tournament, and they will go on the road for Game 1 Sunday in Minnesota against the number 2 seed Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx are 30-10 on the season. Not sure how far the Mercury are going to be able to get in this whole thing this year, but we'll see. And it's going to be fun to watch if these are the final games of Diana Taurasi. We'll get into that as well coming up here in the
There is
4
good
o'clock
news,
hour.
though. Ka is back.
Ka is back. Well, that's
yeah,
good
she missed
news.
a few games.
Yeah, she's been out for a few games.
That's a big difference maker. If you want to make any kind of
Absolutely.
noise against Minnesota, you're going to need her.
Hey, it's as many 30-plus games as Kalia Copper has had this year. You got to have her back into the lineup to have any type of chance. Hey, have either of you guys ever been up here and seen this view at Canyon del Oro?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean it is one of the best views you're going to find. We've got some locales with some pretty nice views in terms of high school football
Just
here.
make sure you use a lot of ropes on those speakers and other things that might be able to fall around in that window.
I already told them we've got the speakers on the ground. It is seen just like that. The wind died here, so maybe that was just a small thing. Not a lot of dust in the air though, which is good. We can still see the beautiful blue skies and the Push Ridge Mountains right here in front of us. So it's going to be a fun night out here in Dorado land. Homecoming Friday night. Is there a better night in high school than homecoming? We'll find out if Evan Greer is in fact going to be the king of the night here in Dorado land. I mentioned we're going to be talking a little bit later to a couple members of the student council, as well as Stucco, as they like to call it now. Everything is abbreviated now in high school. There's Stucco, there's Hoco. When did that start? You're the young guy, David Amato. When did the dumbing down of terms or the abbreviating of terms? Maybe not dumbing down is not a good word.
I could
but
tell you
the
when.
abbreviating of terms. When did that start?
It was before David Amato. It was during the 90s when phones first came out and you had to pay by the text.
Yeah,
so basically you were paying by the
yeah.
character. And so kids in that era used a lot of shorthand because you would have to pay, their parents would have to pay by characters and by words. And so that's where a lot of shorthand
If it were not for the text by character limit, you would not have BTW around the way it is today.
And BTW, that means, by the way. By the way, yes. Okay. See, I had to think about that for a second. All right,
from the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center.
DK on the sports tip. We're going to get to you, Cricket, shortly. Just stand by. But first, David Amata is going to update you on everything that's happened in sports here in Southern Arizona and around the world. It is DK on the sports tip. We're coming to you live from CDO. It's almost Friday night, and we'll have more coming up for you in the 4 o'clock hour.
Wildcats Radio 1290. 2020 Sports.
Arizona has the weekend off as they enjoy their bye week, and they'll continue to go ahead and prepare for the Utah football team. Now, again, one key player for Utah that the Arizona Wildcats defense and defensive staff will be looking out for is Cam Rising. Supposedly, the Utes are pushing towards having him be the starter for them against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Through just 2 games this season so far, Cam Rising already has 7 touchdowns in that line of work, so there'll be something for the Wildcats to watch this weekend. And the Cardinals football team, meanwhile, has released their final injury report going into their next battle against the Lions. Right tackle Kelvin Beachum and wideout Greg Dortch are both listed as questionable for that contest. And it was a different result for the Jets going up against their old rival in the Patriots. This time it was their quarterback cutting up New England's defense rather than the opposite this time around in the Meadowlands.
Rodgers under center, Hall in the backfield. Rodgers, quick toss to the left side. It's caught by Lazard. Makes a man miss. Lazard still going. He's in. Touchdown. The Jets strike first.
Another play right here. New England comes with the blitz, and Aaron Rodgers, it's a run play to the right. That's what's called in the huddle. But he sees again, Alex Austin is off in coverage. He throws it to Lazard, his big receiver, and he does the rest, breaking a tackle and getting into the end zone.
Ian Eagle and Devin McCourty on that call. You heard that highlight live here on Wildcats Radio 1290 last night as the Jets get their second win on the year. That's your 2020 Sports Update. We'll have more for you here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Crashes that are reported Grant Road near Craycroft, west of Craycroft on Grant. Country Club in Irvington. Mission near Ajo on Mission, north of Ajo Way. Also wreck at Kolb Road and Irvington. And for your weather, we're going to see about 86 as the high tomorrow, 93 on Sunday. Triple digits back by Wednesday, 93 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Is he okay?
Ron, did you get hit on the head?
What? Oh, no. I was just reminiscing.
Here comes a story.
I was 5 or 6. A scruffy little ragamuffin, I was.
A scruffy? What are you, Charles Dickens?
Mama just wanted to comfort me.
Mama?
Comfort. It's why we started Alaskan AC, you know?
We know.
I was being a fuss budget. Golly, I was a scoundrel.
Get to the point.
These were the early days at Alaskan AC, see?
See.
It's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC.
Ron.
We don't take ourselves too seriously.
We literally just came up with the new Alaskan AC jingle last month.
What? Who's that? Who's there? Is it you, Mama?
Oh, boy.
Yes, Ronnie, it's Mama.
Did your little Ron Bon make you proud?
Every day, dear.
Why did I even come to work today?
Because...
it's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
AlaskanAC.com.
The Wildcats play here. This is your home of Arizona Wildcats football, men's basketball, and baseball. This is the home of the Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, Wildcat fans, Arizona football is here. Catch head coach Brent Brennan as the Wildcats enter their inaugural season of the Big 12 Conference. We need you to be part of the action, filling the stands and cheering on Arizona. Secure your seats for all 7 home games with season tickets, or pick the plan that is best for you by calling the ticket office at 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. Lock in your tickets today. We'll see you at Arizona Stadium. Bear down. Go Cats.
Online, on your phone with the Freedom 1400 app, on your smart speaker, or on the air. No matter how you listen. Join Brian Kilmeade for his insightful commentary and engaging discussions from 6 to 9 a.m. CNWT.
Wait, what's the CNWT?
Central Northwest Tucson, duh.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm a native.
David Amata.
Hey, that's Dragon Ball to you.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but 3 first names. David Scott Kelly.
And we're coming to
Diamondbacks download.
Baseball stuff!
Baseball stuff!
Yes, it is baseball stuff indeed. We're coming to you live from Canyon del Oro High School. It's almost Friday night. Friday night high school football. CDO, the defending Conference 4A state champions, taking on Amphi here tonight. We're going to have much more coming up with some of the student athletes and student council members here. We had a young lady that came by a little bit earlier. She had to go to an AP class, though. School, apparently, if you're smart, school does not end at 3 o'clock on a Friday. They got AP classes late in the day on a Friday. I don't know. I don't even know. Dragon Ball, I don't even know if that's fair to have AP classes after 3 o'clock on a Friday.
I mean, when you're dealing with AP courses, you were already looking into getting a heavier workload than other students in comparison. And, hey, they only let you in AP if they think you can handle it. If you can't handle it, you can just tell them, hey, I got to go ahead and I got to take a step back. Let's go back to remedial math, which was what I told people when they asked me to do AP math.
I think I'd rather go to an AP class early in the day rather than at the end of the day, though. That would just be much. I did take like 1 or 2 AP classes. I do remember when I was in college. Oh man, they're bringing us food and everything over here. These football kids, they know how to treat folks out here. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Tatum and Evan and Nick bringing us nice big plates of food. I think I see some barbecue beef over there and some coleslaw. I'll definitely get into that in the next break. All right, Diamondbacks. Last night went to Milwaukee, and did Brandon Pfaadt show out or what?
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Perkins. Another swing and a miss, and Brandon Pfaadt on a roll. That's 4 strikeouts in a row. He's up to 8 on his start, and he is just cruising in Milwaukee. 2-2, swing and a miss by Ortiz, and how about Brandon Pfaadt? He just struck out the side in order. He's up to 9 strikeouts on the night.
And he gets him with the fastball. And he's been fantastic. Just exactly what the doctor ordered.
Strike 3 called. He just got locked up by a 4-seamer.
What a night for Pfaadt, and that is 6 in a row sent down via the strikeout. And he gets him with the fastball. 7 straight punch-outs. He ties his career high with 11.
He also tied a Diamondbacks franchise record with those 7 straight strikeouts. He would finish the game with 11. The only other Diamondbacks to strike out 7 straight batters in a single game. Can you name them, Dragon Ball? 2 guys.
I mean, the obvious choices would be Randy Johnson and Kurt and Schilling, but I'm imagining only one of those is probably right.
Well, I said there were 2 guys that have done it, and you got both of those 2 guys. Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling are the only other Diamondbacks to ever strike out 7 straight batters. Johnson did it 3 times in his career. Schilling did it once, and it came during that 2001 World Series championship season for the Diamondbacks. So pretty impressive night for Brandon Pfaadt. 11 strikeouts. He would end the night for the Diamondbacks going 7 innings. He allowed just 2 hits, 1 earned run. It came on a home run in the 7th inning, his last inning of work. And the Diamondbacks would win it 5-1. The big hit coming in the 8th, courtesy of one Pavin Smith.
Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is hit well left field. Going back is Choreo. Turning, looking. It's out of here. Pavin Smith with a 2-run opposite field home run. Gives some much-needed insurance for the Diamondbacks. The lead now 5-1.
Ketel Marte had an RBI in the game. He now has 88 on the season. Christian Walker drove in a run. He now has 82 runs batted in. A big win for the Diamondbacks as they look to keep control of their current playoff position. You need to win these games, and that they picked a good night to get to Milwaukee the night after the Brewers were popping champagne and pouring it all over each other. And legendary announcer Bob Uecker, it's usually good to catch a team after they've won a division because guys usually are a little bit looked a little bit sauced in the face the next night for sure. The Diamondbacks 6 games out in the National League West, obviously not likely going to win the division, but they are still tied for that second wild card spot with the New York Mets, 2 games behind the San Diego Padres, and maybe even more importantly, 2 games in front of the Atlanta Braves, who also won last night. So the Braves and the Mets keeping the pressure on. The Braves have won 2 games in a row. The Mets have won 4 games in a row as they've surged to 85 and 68 and look to knock those Diamondbacks down into that 3rd playoff position. And so game number 2 of the 4-game series is tonight in Milwaukee, and you've got Zach Gallen on the hill this evening for the Snakes. So that's a good choice for them, a good guy to have out there to maybe try to get back-to-back wins and a 3rd win in a row after winning the final game of that Rockies series. Zach Gallen against Colin Ray. Zach is 12-6, a 361 earned run average. Colin Ray is 12-5, a 4.14 earned run average. The D-backs are actually the favorite tonight on the money line at minus 130, so you're going to have to bet a lot to win a lot tonight. But if you bet our 1290, you can win 993 tonight on the Diamondbacks. And with those 2 talented pitchers, the over-under is 8.5. If you're taking the over-under at minus 127 tonight with that 1290 bet, you could go home with $12.13. First pitch is coming up straight ahead in Milwaukee at Miller. Do they still call it Miller Park, or have they gone corporate with something else there? First pitch coming up. It's actually a little bit later tonight at 5:10, so you got another hour before first pitch coming up there between the Diamondbacks and the Brewers.
Yeah, you're looking at American Family Field out there in Milwaukee now. But not only do you get Zach Gallen at the start there, DK, you're also getting Luis Gourmet going down, and they're bringing back Lourdes Gurriel today.
Yeah, I did see. I thought I had seen something about Lourdes today, but I wasn't. I just saw it kind of pop up. So, yeah, Lourdes Gurriel comes back into the lineup. That's a good get back for the Diamondbacks down the stretch. You'd like to have his bat in the lineup for sure. And he was obviously on dealing with a calf injury is what had him on the DL for the Snakes. All right, since we're talking baseball at the moment, I want to give you your some of your BetQL 5-star plays for the weekend that are coming up in football and whatnot. Here's an interesting one. We were talking about this game yesterday, Dragon Ball. The USC Trojans are going to the Big House for the first time since, the 1950s? Mm-hmm. I believe you guys said for a regular season game against the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan is a 6-point underdog at home, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with, one, USC's impressive performance over LSU in their opener in Las Vegas, and the fact that Michigan got mollywopped at home by Texas. But still, that's a high line. That's a high line, I think, for the Trojans. And the 4-star play from BetQL says take Michigan and the 6 in that ball game. You agree?
Well, the thing is that going into this game, this is going to be a weird one for Michigan because they're going to start Alex Orji for his first Saturday start as a junior for the Wolverines after they had that initial quarterback controversy going into camp this season. So I think that for me, you got to give a little bit of effort towards the travel. The travel, I think, is going to play more of dividends to this game than anything. Again, USC traveling to Michigan is a bit of a question mark there just because we're in this new era of conferences not being regionally located anymore. I actually like Michigan in this game.
There you go. I mean, yeah, I think that might be the play. I think that might be the play, too. I mean, almost a touchdown underdog at home. USC going into an environment that they've never been to. I definitely think that that's the play for sure. Michigan +6 at home against the USC Trojans. On the NFL side, we mentioned one of the plays that is popular this weekend involves Green Bay and Tennessee, and that's to take the under in that game at 37.5. So that's a 5-star play as well. We mentioned, obviously, the big game out here in our neck of the woods. The Detroit Lions are coming to town to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Detroit is a 3-point favorite in that game. Much like USC is a 6-point favorite on the road, Detroit is a 3-point favorite at Arizona this weekend. The NFL is so difficult because one week you think you've got a team identified, and the next week they go out there and they fall flat on their face. But I think I'm taking Arizona and the 3 points in that game.
You know what? I would agree with you, but there is one person that will decide this game.
Cricket's here.
Anybody on offense. That's going to be Mr. Aiden Hutchinson for Detroit. My man from Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson, had 4.5 sacks last week against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, and they're potentially going to be with the Cardinals without Kelvin Beachum at right tackle. This could be a long day for Kyler in the pocket, if he's even allowed to be in the pocket for very long against Detroit.
Interesting. All right, we're joined again by the fourth member of our team, Cricket. Cricket has got more about what is happening in southern Arizona this weekend.
So tonight it's Divas at 191 Tool. I guess you can dress up as your favorite pop diva and dance the night away starting at 9 tonight. It's a big night tomorrow night, or midday, I should say. The Buffet Bar is having their 90th anniversary party. That's kind of cool. The party benefits the United Way of Tucson, and that happens at the buffet noon to 5 tomorrow.
So who are all of our favorite pop diva? I'm going to go Cher.
Oh, that's a good
She
one.
was the first, right?
That's a good one. I say Mariah.
Mariah.
Oh, yeah, Mariah's real up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say Madonna.
Yeah, that's another good one. No J-Lo from any of you guys? No J-Lo?
J-Lo, no. Diana Ross, though, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
I think
true.
Diana would probably be up there for that one.
Older one for sure. Yep.
Excellent selections.
Would you consider Dolly Parton as one of those?
No,
you watch your mouth. Dolly Parton's never been a diva in her life. Come on.
That's what I mean. You can't call Dolly a diva.
Like, she's so cool. Like,
I think it's defined by if you go into your dressing room and you have to have a single plum floating in perfume that's from Madagascar.
Right.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's fair. Tomorrow night, the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Loft Cinema on Speedway. And just a reminder, tomorrow is the opening day of the Corn Maze Race at Apple Annie's in Wilcox. You could pick produce, fresh produce, choose your own pre-picked pumpkin and the best apple pie on the planet, and more. Details at appleannies.com.
So how far do you have to go in this corn maze?
Well, it's 12 acres and 600,000 corn stalks. So hopefully,
that's a long ways, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully it is a long ways. Hopefully I'm not stuck in the back. Hopefully I can get through okay with my team and not get lost.
Well, you can just ask Dragon Ball to fly one of his many drones over the corn maze to make sure that we find you and get you out of there.
I do have an old Star Trek little flying machine that I could just put a camera on there. I could retrofit that together if
and
you
cast
if you
it
need
to my
one.
phone.
Yeah,
awesome.
I could
Okay,
probably retrofit that.
I'm in.
All right, sounds like fun. We look forward on Monday, Cricket, to hearing the results of the corn maze racing at Apple Annie's.
I hope I have good news.
Sure, there you go. All right, getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. She is the one and only Cricket.
And from the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Do expect some usual backups on westbound Grant Road approaching Alvernon due to road work. Collisions that are clearing at Country Club and Irvington, Grant Road west of Craycroft, also 5th Street east of Alvernon. 86 tomorrow and sunny, 93 on Sunday and triple digits back probably by Wednesday, 93 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. Introducing Chumba Casino, the thrilling online social casino that's free to play. Head on over to ChumbaCasino.com now to join in on the fun. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Tune in each weekday from noon to 3 p.m. for the Rich Eisen Show right here on Tucson's home of Arizona Wildcats football.
Touchdown, Arizona!
And the National Football League. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Hey, Wildcat fans, Arizona football is here. Catch head coach Brent Brennan as the Wildcats enter their inaugural season of the Big 12 Conference. We need you to be part of the action, filling the stands and cheering on Arizona. Secure your seats for all 7 home games with season tickets, or pick the plan that is best for you by calling the ticket office at 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. Lock in your tickets today. We'll see you at Arizona Stadium. Bear down. Go Cats.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions, like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Post Move is the only after party for the Arizona basketball Red-Blue game, happening October 4th at Geno Benz, benefiting Arizona men's basketball. Created and produced by Dust Music Festival, the all-ages event will be hosted by former U of A legend and 3-time NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas, with performances from DJ Z-Trip, Mixmaster Mike of BC Boys fame, and Trackstar the DJ, plus an Arizona memorabilia silent auction and much more. Get your tickets at ArizonaPostMove.com.
Is he okay?
Ron, did you get hit on the head?
What? Oh, no. I was just reminiscing.
Here comes a story.
I was 5 or 6. A scruffy little ragamuffin, I was.
A scruffy? What are you, Charles Dickens?
Mama just wanted to comfort me.
Mama?
Comfort. It's why we started Alaskan AC.
purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is almost Friday night. We are out here at Canyon del Oro High School getting you set for high school football tonight. The reigning 4A conference champion Dorados taking on their brethren from the Amphitheater district, the Amphi Panthers from down the road and a little bit to the east. And we're pleased to be joined by the defensive coordinator for the Canyon del Oro football team. Eric Rossi joins us. He's been with the outfit here since 2009. And Eric, first of all, what got you into coaching?
Honestly, injuries in college.
there you go.
So I got injured and started student coaching at my college of Worcester out in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
And my buddy Dusty, he got the head job out here, gave me a call, said, "We need you." Hopped on a plane, came right back.
I'm an Ohioan, so I know a little bit about Worcester for sure. And, great run you guys had. So you probably came right around the time when, those years back then when Kadeem Carrion and was magical in the 2008-2009 era.
Unreal athlete, unreal person. I love coaching him. I love teaching him. He's a great guy. It's always good to see him and his family when we see him out and about. So him, Blake Martinez.
Oh wow!
I thought for sure that would be the pinnacle. And then we got this group that came in, worked their butts off, went through a lot of stuff, and ultimately we got the state championship again, kind of capping Dusty's 15 years as head coach. So that was huge for this community, huge for our guys. They came up from Dolphins, playing all the way up through high school, and just had a true brotherhood, which is kind of what we're all about here. Is we're a brotherhood. I went here. I graduated in 2004. My brother went here, graduated in 2001. He's on staff as well. He'll be up in the booth tonight. Younger brother went here, so it's kind of a family affair when it comes to this place. And now we're coaching guys whose brothers we had prior to the state championship. So it's just kind of a never-ending cycle of just seeing guys that we've seen grow up or had relationships with their parents. I went to school with a bunch of the kids' parents. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's really awesome to see and really awesome community to be a part of.
Eric Rossi joining us, defensive coordinator for the Canyon del Oro Dorados. What did you like? Obviously, you guys had the unfortunate situation that happened 2 years ago with the suspensions. What did you like about the way the kids kind of rallied from that last year to do what they did?
It started that year. The fact that those guys that got suspended, it was a super difficult situation, not only for them but for their teammates. And everybody just came together and just kind of supported each other. There wasn't finger pointing. There wasn't blame. Everybody knew that it was a bad situation, but really just kind of coming together and fighting and just really just coalescing around each other and just really embodying that brotherhood, embodying what we are about here, which is hard work and next guy up, and just kind of that mentality that we got to go, we got to do it for them, we got to do it for each other.
Yeah, and obviously some tremendous athletes and players on that team last year that helped you guys win the state championship, and we're seeing a few of them play on Saturdays already. We've been marveling what Caden Luke has done as a preferred walk-on with U of A to go right in there and carve out a niche for himself as kind of the lead fullback. And I don't know that I've seen him miss a block yet.
No, and that's the thing. He won't allow himself to miss a block. He's a guy that just truly fought for everything. He's worked his butt off. He knew going in that it was a new coaching staff with Fish leaving. He kind of had to make sure that they noticed him right away. And his work ethic in the weight room is second to none. Like, he would work out with me. He'd work out with a team. He'd work out with his trainer. He'd do all the work, and he'd put it in. And he just really understood the game at the high school level almost as a college athlete while in high school. So he could see stuff. He knew where people were coming from. He knew what the offense was going to do. And going in there, I knew that they were going to see him and just be like, dang, we got lucky. And you're seeing him being used more and more on special teams, more and more on offense. And I think that spot's only going to grow for him.
Yeah, I was telling the kids when they came by earlier, the players, I still marvel at that play he made here 2 years ago when he jumped over the kid from Catalina Foothills, because you just don't expect a kid that looks like that to have hurdling ability. I still count that as one of probably I covered no high school football on TV for 12 years here. Probably one of the top plays that I have. If I had a list of 5, it would either be 1 or 2 on that list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just seeing him get off the ground and just leap over people, he did it so many times. The refs just started calling it a penalty because it was just way too unfair to everybody else. So, I mean, but honestly, the first game against Eastmark last year, it was pouring rain. It's probably my favorite photo from the past, 10, 15 years. And it's him breaking away from the group.
Yeah.
All these fast guys on Eastmark trying to track him down, and they can't do it. The rain's pouring down. You got the crowd behind it. I'll have to get you a copy of that photo. But that photo it really just kind of summed up our season with him just kind of carrying the load and just breaking away and taking it to the house.
We're joined by Eric Rossi, defensive coordinator here at Canyon del Oro. What position groups do you coach as well?
I coach D-line and tight ends.
Okay, outstanding. We had Evan Greer here a little bit earlier. I noticed he has 12 tackles for losses already. What's allowed him to be that menace in the backfield so far this year?
He's another guy that's just, I mean, Grant Young last year was the same way. Super intelligent, super athletic. We could do a lot with him. The best thing for me is when they come off the field, we can talk. They'll tell me what they're seeing. We can make adjustments every single series and really just kind of change up what we're doing just to put them in a better position to kind of get after it. With him, he's an unreal athlete. He really is. He's got a super quick twitch, just right out of the gate, just kind of burst. And then he just knows his body and knows how to dip and drive and kind of use his strength when he needs to and use his speed when he doesn't. And just the intelligence. There's a lot of intelligent guys on our team, and he's easily one of the top 2, I'd say.
When you look at, we also had a chance to talk to Elijah Unsworth. How's he kind of developed in this program?
Man, I'm kind of mad because the backers stole him from me this year. I thought I was going to.
That's what I was asking.
Tandem.
I was like, you're line on offense, but you're off the line on defense.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to steal him back. But he's again a really smart, really great kid. He just brings this unreal toughness, this unreal hitting. You wouldn't expect it because he kind of looks a little wiry, a little smaller than most guys that play guard. And he just comes out and he just brings the thunder every time he hits. And he just has developed from a guy that I think we brought him up as a sophomore, and we were kind of unsure just because of his size. And then we saw him trap somebody during practice, and I was like, all right, we got to use this guy. And we started using him at the end. He's just super quick, again, very smart, kind of just knows when to cut inside, when to wrong arm, when to do all the right things, and he does it the right way. He gets so excited because he's such his personality is a little kind of not down, but just kind of muted sometimes. But when he trap blocks, you'll see him tonight. If he gets a good trap block, he does this little pump up kind of celebration when he does it because he knows he's just crushed somebody.
We're chatting with Eric Rossi, defensive coordinator here at Canyon del Oro High School. It's the Dorados at Amphi tonight, battle of the Amphitheater district. Obviously, you're taking them one game at a time. Everybody, though, is starting to talk about CDO Micah Mountain again, which is going to be forthcoming. What have you guys kind of liked about the development of that rivalry in these two programs in 4A over the last few years?
I love it. I love it because I played for Pat back when he was here. Coach Nugent's, he's a great coach. He knows how to develop him. He's got a great staff. All of his guys. He's got Sanchez over there.
Right.
All of his other guys that he's brought along with him from Cienega and from around Tucson. I mean, you look at his coaching tree. I mean, it's crazy. But, I mean, their guys are awesome. I love talking to their guys after the game. You know, they've got one on us. We've got two on them. I expect them to come out and really just get after it. But they've got a great program. They've got a great team. I've really enjoyed kind of getting to know those guys as we've gone through our games and kind of chatting with them before and after games. So the kids love it too. It's just another thing where, you know, even though they're all the way across the city, on the other side of the mountain, you know, this is our mountain. We're going to try and protect it as much as possible. So it's just, it's a fun time. It's a rivalry where we can get behind it and we can kind of, because we're not close, it's kind of like with Ironwood, you're too close.
Right.
But with these guys, they're on the other side of the city, so we can really just kind of have fun with it. And the kids know that it's serious business whenever they come in because they're a great program, great student athletes, and it's just, we always know that they're going to bring their A game, so we got to be ready.
You looking for your own program at some point, maybe?
No. This is my spot.
Right, okay.
Unless I get this spot later on down the road, I'm not going anywhere. This is home to me. I mean, we're sitting here staring at probably the most beautiful picture in all of Tucson athletics. And just our family tradition here, our brotherhood. I still talk to all the old coaches. I still talk to all the old players. We'll be out. I went to a concert just the other day, and there was a crew of old players, and they immediately saw me and just started yelling my name. So it's one of those things where this is a place that I want to be. There's nowhere else that I really want to go because this is just home.
Right. And why do you think this has been a place where we've had so many successful running backs? We talked about Kadeem, but, Stevie's up at Montana got a touchdown last week. We talked about Caden, and you've had some other running backs that have come through here. Why do you think this has kind of been a program that's been able to produce running backs?
I think it's been a great opportunity for running backs because we have a downhill running style. We have linemen that just go, Coach Day is off here standing by, but Coach Day, he's got the line just humming along. He's the best line coach in Tucson. I'll put my every dollar I have on that. And for running backs, that's a great opportunity to have. To run behind a line that just they get after it and they're mean and they play within the rules of the game, but they're the hardest workers out there. As a running back, I don't know what else I'd look for in the line. We've had small guys. We used to call them angry midgets because we had our line averaged about 5'7", 165 pounds. You look at Garrett Henderson, that was a guard for our state championship team in 2009. He was 5'8", he wrestled 165 pounds, he just brought the pain every single time. We've gotten lucky with some really tall dudes. Jesse Caldwell back in the day. Kylie, obviously. Right. Aaron Jacobson, who's up at Adams State right now. But those guys up front, they have created an opportunity for the running backs to really showcase what they can do, show off their speed, show off their athleticism. But we always talk about being a blue-collar program. I know everybody talks about OV and being like, oh, OV, whatever. But I think that we're one of the toughest programs in the city because we work hard. And when people come in, they recognize it, they see it, they get excited about it, and everybody gets their opportunities. It's just a matter of what you do with it.
There you go. Well, hey, Eric, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Great to get a chance to finally meet you and chat some football, and best of luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, sir.
Eric Rossi, he is the defensive coordinator and coaches the tight ends and the defensive line here at Canyon del Oro High School. We're going to have much more coming up for you. It is homecoming Friday night. Amphi is coming to town for a 7 o'clock kickoff. Cricket, though, is going to make sure you get to all the games safely tonight. Your traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the Fives.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Kolb Road near Speedway on Kolb Road to the south of Speedway Boulevard and 5th Street east of Alvernon Way. We usually see some backups in the afternoons on westbound Grant Road approaching Alvernon Way due to road work. And for your weather, about 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, and triple digits back by Wednesday. It is 92 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
What do you do after celebrating 100 years in Tucson serving the community? Well, you get up the next morning and continue to do things that got you to the next 100 years.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
NFL Sunday Night Football plays here.
Stroud will line up, takes the snap, drops down to his left knee. That's it.
Here, U of A grad and former Wildcats Radio 1290 host Ryan Radke with the call every Sunday night.
Stroud gets the snap. He's back to pass. Blitz coming. Gets picked up. Throws down the middle. Collins has it. Inside the 10. Inside the 5.
Hey, DK, are you there?
Touchdown, Texans.
We are Tucson's home for the National Football League. Wildcats Radio 1290.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no-interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance.
Hey, DK, are you there?
$1 in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds
DK, are you there?
It's a bustling entryway to the home.
So Bill McCullough just called up. He's going to the St. David game tonight. You want to grab Bill McCullough really quick here? Talk about St. David.
No, I got the coach now.
Okay, I'll tell him we can't take him now.
Yeah.
Reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook board in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is almost Friday night, coming to you live from Canyon del Oro High School, Dorado Field. It is the Battle of the Amphitheater District tonight as the Dorados are going to host the Amphi Panthers, and we're pleased to be joined by the new head coach here at CDO. He is not unfamiliar to us. He's been around these parts as a high school coach for a long time. Played his college ball at the University of Arizona, Scott McKee. And we're also joined by offensive line coach Jordan Heitch. And Scott, this is, I believe, program number 3 for you, Pueblo, Saguaro, and now here.
Yes, sir. This is number 3. Hopefully the final stop.
There you go. Now, you came here as kind of working – the kids said you were a jack of all trades last season, kind of working with both sides of the ball and whatnot. Why was when you left Saguaro, why was this the right landing spot for you?
It was just a mutual respect for Dusty. When we competed, we thought his teams competed like we did. When you ran the ball, you were physical, and they had great character. And then the other part is I wanted to learn from Dusty. So, you know, we talked a little bit at the end of our last game. They played us the last year. It was my last game. And he said, hey, come and join us. I said, what role do you want me? He goes, just come on to coach. So it was just great because every morning we could talk about different things. How do you trap block, or how do you take on a block, or whatever it was. And I'd give him some things that we did, and he would give us some stuff that he would do, and then say, hey, do those 2 things together but add this footwork with it. So every morning it was like, you know, walking into Disneyland.
And obviously, Jordan, you're with the offensive line on a daily basis. And I was just talking with Eric Rossi just kind of about how this has been a running back that has produced a lot of – I mean, this has been a program that's produced a lot of great running backs, from Kadeem to Caden, obviously, last year. And Stevie's doing his thing, Stevie Rocker up in Montana. And he just talked about just kind of the downhill scheme that has kind of been a staple of CDO.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you want to run the ball, you come to CDO. I mean, you talk to every coach around the city, and they know we're going to run the ball. And we kind of breed that mentality into our offensive linemen, where we don't take long sets. We don't pass pro for 7-10 seconds. We're coming downhill. We're coming to get you. And I think that's just the physicality that Coach Peace instilled, that Coach Steele years ago instilled. And then when I came over to CDO, I adopted that because that's just kind of who I am as well.
Yeah, and you got a pretty nice looking kid this year is Nick Mondragon. We had him on the show a little bit earlier. Tell me about Nick and his style.
Good coach.
I mean, Nick. We call him DJ Nick. That's our guy, man. He,
energy man.
Energy. That dude is full of energy. He comes in. He brings the speaker everywhere he's got to go. You know, but he runs hard. And you know, the first game we were trying to figure ourselves out as an offense. And you know, these last couple of games, the kid has really kind of found his way in the running back room. He's running downhill. He's finding holes. He's doing everything we're asking him to do. And I just expect him to get a lot better as the year goes on.
Yeah, the thing for me with Nick was, you know, he's a development player. You know, Coach Peace worked with him for 3 years, and he was kind of on the borderline of maybe being a JV kid last year because that senior group was so loaded he wasn't getting an opportunity. And he ended up doing a great job in covering kicks, and you know there's potential there. It's just you couldn't take those other kids off the field. I mean, You're not taking Caden Luke off the field. You're not taking VJ King off the field. So Nick had to fight his way through it, and you know, I think that's good for kids now. He didn't jump into the transfer portal. You know, he sucked it up and got tough.
Well, and kids, we've seen kids do that in high school. So good to see that he stuck around, and now he's getting his opportunity on this year's team. When Dustin announced that he was leaving, did you think, I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that takes over this program?
Well, we had talked about it over the last year and a half, and you know, I never really thought it was going to come to fruition, to be honest with you. My thing was that I would try to take as many of those head coaching things off of his plate to allow him to continue to be here. And I would have loved for him to stay, and whenever he's ready to come back, I'm ready to do what I did before. Obviously, I'm blessed to be here, and I'm really excited about the job, and I'm looking forward to every single day that I'm here. But it was just good when you had 2 guys and then the rest of the staff were together, and then we were just able to kind of break that work up a little more. But what he's doing, what Dusty's doing with his boys right now is, I mean, you could write a book about how cool that is. And I know he's happy, and he's looking over the program. I call him the GM.
So he'll be here tonight in the stand somewhere watching?
He'll be watching somewhere.
He's watching somewhere.
You know, he's the guy in the corner, standing in the corner, right?
Yeah, he's watching, and he's listening. And the thing about him is that what's great about it is he's allowing me to be me, you know, and he doesn't want to be a distraction to that process, you know. And, boy, I tell you, you know, you can't go better than 14-0, right?
Right.
So there's no 15-0. So whatever I do is not going to be as good as what he did before. So then you don't have to compare it anymore, right? He's better, and I just got to be the next guy to put this thing back together with the staff. And you know, he's a blessing to me because every day he can give me some insight on some things going on and how to handle some stuff. And then I ask him schematic questions where I ask him what he feels with the personnel. And we all know that we're dealing with a new group, a fresh group. And so he's got some really good things that have been able to help us. And then again, it's a guy you can count as a brother and a friend. Right. And, you know, his ego's not involved. You know, he's just here to help the team. And, boy, what a blessing that is.
How are you different than the Scott McKee that coached that first year at Pueblo?
Well, it's a long time ago. Body looked different, hair was full, and I had way too many things going on. I'll tell you what, but you know, for an example, when I got to the U of A, when I left the U of A, I brought the U of A defense into Pueblo. And so during motions, we were checking coverage and blitzing and doing stuff and giving up 60 points a game. And didn't understand why this was going on. And I had an English teacher sat down with me and was asking me, he said, what are you doing here, man? I said, well, we're running the flex. And he goes, you're flexing the scoreboard for them. Like, how's this going? And I said, it's not going well. He goes, well, did you teach them what the A-gap was? Well, don't they know that? No, they don't know that. And they're the first-time players. So you had to reteach it over. And I think that's a big thing that I learned when I was here with Dusty was, you know, how well do you teach it, right? You know, and he didn't do a lot of things, but he just did it really, really precise. And I know Jay does the same thing, and Eric does the same thing. The Basie brothers, Matt Powell. I mean, all those coaches. I guess it's more about being a teacher than a schemer, you know. And if you don't get it done right in the week, take it off the card. You know, when you're young, you got to have this big card. You know, I got all these cool plays. I'm the smartest guy in the room, and then you're getting thumped, right? Because you're not, you know. So, you know, it's a humbling experience, I'll tell you that. You know, but it's been fun. It's been fun to learn and evaluate, and the year off helped me a lot too because I was able to go around Phoenix and go around. I went to 25 programs to go see how they did it.
Oh wow!
And then I was able to, you know, kind of tag on with Dusty.
So Scott McKee joining us, head coach here at Canyon del Oro. Jordan Heitch is the offensive line coach. So when you go around all those programs, are you going to practices?
Yeah.
Are you what are you looking for? What are you looking at? What kind of questions are you asking?
Some things you just, you know, like I would substitute teach at a school, you know, and just go walk the hallway and then see how they handle their PE classes or, you know, see what their football schedule was. And what was unique about this place was that it was all done in the morning. And, you know, that's one of the only schools that do that. So the Phoenix, kind of a Phoenix model, and I know Dusty did that so he could have some time with his kids, but also time where these players can have some time with their families. You know, they're able to have family dinners, and a lot of them have jobs. So it's good. But I would go in there and I would try to watch different drills or different things or equipment or even the video kind of personnel that people had. It was just an amazing experience, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Nick was telling me he works over at Michelangelo's. So I was like, oh, there you go. Yeah. Got yourself a little job going. What's the evaluation so far, the first 3 games? 2-1, opening loss to a tough East Mark team, but back-to-back victories now.
Well, you know, we knew it would take us some time to get it together. You have 39 new kids and 18 new starters. But the bones and the fabric from what Dusty left these guys with the work ethic and the staff, you know, we just have to keep coaching them every day. And obviously their bodies aren't as physically strong as an 18-year-old senior, but they're getting there. And what you got to be really careful about is that you got to have some success early because when you take Dusty's spot, right, and you're filling in, you know, you got to win. So there's some buy-in. Otherwise, you know, you're hanging out at Michelangelo's working with Nick, you know, busting tables with Nick.
Scott McKee joining us, head coach out here at Canyon del Oro, and Jordan Heitch. Jordan, what's your background in football and how you kind of got into coaching?
Yeah, so I went to Catalina Magnet.
Okay.
I played there when I moved to Tucson from Omaha. Then I went to the U of A. I worked for them for a little bit in their player development program. I interned them in the recruiting process. Then I went back to Catalina, coached there. Went to Sahuarita. I was out there for 4 years, and then I was coaching basketball actually here at CDO with Jason Apodaca, and he was like, and him and Coach Peace taught PE together, and he's like, hey, my basketball coach was driving from Campbell and from 6th and Campbell all the way to Sahuarita every single day to coach football. Like, do you have a spot on the CDO staff? And Coach Peace was like, man, like, I don't know. And later on, I found out that I was the first new person he's brought in like 15 years. So
wow.
I went in there, and Coach Peace, you know, got me on the board, asked what I knew, and I kind of showed him. And then here we are now, 5 years later.
Yeah, Eric was telling me that a lot of these guys have been here since, the Kadeem Carey days. I'm like, wow, it's very rare you get that kind of togetherness with the staff.
It is, and that was the number one goal, talking with Dusty, and then, try to keep the staff together.
Yeah.
And obviously I had some great coaches over at Saguaro High School. I mean, phenomenal coaches. And, we'll add a couple more pieces to the puzzle, but the key was we had to start right here. And I'm thankful that these guys were willing to do it because they could all stepped out too at 14-0. That was a great exit plan.
Exactly.
Myself included. But the challenge is great, and the kids are great, and you just plug into their energy every day. And I'll tell you what, there's no other place I want to ever coach. I mean, the way it's set up with the school and the administration helps you. The district's phenomenal as far as support. You kind of realize how hard you had it in TUSD. And you feel for those guys because they have to do it all, and here you got a lot of people that are really helping you, which is really, really fortunate. I'm really thankful.
Well, and it's, again, it's tough. We talk about what's going on with some of those programs there, but it's great to see Palo Verde off to a 2-1 start. I remember last year Catalina won their first 3 games. We took our show out there. I think we probably got their bad luck going for them after they started 3-0. I don't think they won too many games after that, but now Coach McKistry's over at Catalina Foothills now, doing his thing over there. And you mentioned, though, was that hard for you, Scott, to come into an environment where there were so many coaches that had been here? How did that process go? Were they all kind of welcoming?
Well, my wife and my dad would tell me every day that I'm not as good as I think I am, so I'm pretty humble. But you just came in and you tried to learn from them. You watch the Basie brothers. They've coached defensive backs here for 20 years. Yeah. Maybe I could learn something from them, right? So I'd go and talk to them and ask them. And then Eric Rossi's coached defensive line here for 15 years. Let's go find out. And then Jordan's coaching the offensive line, and they're pretty good up front, so let's go see what's going on. And then talk to them about, is there ways that I can help them? Maybe I can hold the bag for you, or maybe I can help you with the drill. And they were open to it, and that was I'm pretty blessed that happened, because they didn't have to be. And Dusty, gave me great support, and then I think these guys, believed that I was there to help them too. I wasn't here to take anybody's spot. And it was nice to walk in and learn and be around a staff like that.
So when because you've coached a lot of guys, obviously, over your tenure at 3 schools. So what do you think, if I were to ask a former player of yours, tell me what you learned from Coach McKee. What do you think is the most consistent thing they'll say?
I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Probably some bad things they learned too. But just being a hardworking, tough guy. Being accountable. I think that would be the message that I hope that they would come back with. We're fortunate I get to go to a wedding coming up the next week or two here. I got Callan McFarland, who was our captain over at Saguaro High School. He's getting married. So to keep a relationship with those guys as long as that is, that's pretty special. So I just would hope that they would talk about work ethic, togetherness, and being competitive. So hopefully that's the answer.
All right. Well, hey, guys, I know you got to get back in and get these guys ready to go. We appreciate you taking a few minutes and stopping by. Best of luck tonight in this season.
DK, thanks for doing this for high schools, man.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Scott McKee, Jordan joining us here, and we're going to have much more coming up. We've got some of the student council members. It's homecoming, so we got to find out what's going on with homecoming. The players said Evan Greer, they think he's going to be the king tonight, so we'll have to do you believe that real quick, Scott? Do you believe Evan Greer is going to be the king?
I would vote for Evan Greer every minute of my life. I wish I was Evan Greer.
There you go. There you go. All right, Cricket is going to get you home, as well as David Amata's got everything you want to know about sports happening in here, Southern Arizona and around the world.
Wildcats Radio 1290. 2020 Sports.
Other sports going on around the Arizona campus, so going to get a quick roundabout shooting here about tell you all those results and games coming up. Beckham Morris' squad managed to go ahead and win a 1-0 shutout over Baylor in their first Big 12 win yesterday. Coach Rita Stubbs, their girls continue their dominance, winning 3 straight sets against North Dakota State to open up the Wildcat Classic opener. And volleyball will play again on Saturday, and soccer will go ahead and take onto the pitch on Sunday. Women's golf continues their little trip out to Franklin, Tennessee in the Mason Rudolph Championship. Men's tennis competing tomorrow at the ITA All-American Championships out in Tulsa. Good luck to all those who are competing over this weekend for the Arizona Wildcats. And Diamondbacks won a second straight game thanks to Pavin Smith, giving Brandon Font more than enough cushion with this 2-run blast yesterday.
Hard hit ball, left field, Churio back, all the way to the wall, right on cue, it's Pavin Smith going deep for the D-backs. Pavin Smith has filled in nicely, and he knew it right off the bat. The crowd just was silent.
Again, in the middle of that wild card race in the National League, the Diamondbacks continue their series against the Brewers today. That first pitch will be in about 10 minutes. The WNBA announced their playoff schedule. The Phoenix Mercury will be opening up on the road against the Minnesota Lynx. Tip-off will be at 2 p.m. Arizona time on the 22nd. Deon Taurasi and Brittany Griner and company looking to go ahead and pull off an upset in a best-of-3 series. That's your 2020 Sports Update. We'll have more for you here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. A little bit of freeway slowing on the eastbound side of I-10 near the Ajo-Kino connection. Possible collision reported on 12th Avenue near Ajo Way, and collision reported on Grant Road near Tucson Boulevard. And for your weather, 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, triple digits back by Wednesday, 91 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather
This
together.
report is sponsored by Bullfrog Spas.
It's Bullfrog Spa's big factory sale, this weekend only at the Pima County Fairgrounds in Tucson. Factory certified clearance, scratch and dent, even new hot tubs and swim spas as low as 50% off. Hurry in while the deals last.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds.
Play and live press conferences. We are Wildcats Radio 1290. Live from the CNWT.
Wait, what's the CNWT?
Central Northwest Tucson. Duh.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm a native.
David Amata.
Hey, that's Dragon Ball to you.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but 3 first names, David Scott Kelly.
And we're coming to you live from Canyon del Oro High School. It is almost Friday night, getting you set for high school football tonight. The Dorados, it's homecoming here in Dorado land, and they're going to welcome in their brothers down to the south, Amphi, the Panthers, here tonight. And since it is homecoming, we're going to talk to a couple of the members, reps, I should say, from the student government here, Canyon del Oro High School. I've got Julia Lindley to my immediate right. She's a sophomore. And I've got Juliana Satu to the far right. She is a sophomore, both of you. So you guys, like, normally they would send me seniors, but you guys must be really important if they sent sophomore government, 10th grade government folks out here, right?
I suppose.
All right, so what do you guys do on student government, Juliana?
So recently, because of our homecoming assembly and our homecoming game, we have been making decorations for our assembly and for our dance, our homecoming dance. We also made some signs for the game itself, just some, I don't know how to explain it, just like supporting signs, encouraging signs for our football players.
I hope those weren't the ones that were getting blown around here.
I think they were, but that's okay. It's fine. Yeah, we do a lot of decorating. We do a lot of donations, service. We try our best to help out around the school and do our part in making these events possible.
So, Julia, were you on student government as a freshman?
No, this is my first year, and it's really great.
So what made you, after seeing me and being in school for a year, what made you decide that you wanted to be involved this year in this respect?
Well, Juliana, she, I wouldn't say convinced me, but she was, like, a big role in, like, getting me into student government, because she, like, gave me all, like, the pros and the cons and, like, saying, here's what we do and stuff like that. And I thought it was really helpful, and it really made me excited to do it. And it just made me want to do it. So I went out for secretary, didn't get it, but I like being a representative, so I'm doing great.
There you go. So you start school beginning of August. So is it right away that you guys start planning for this week?
Honestly, yes. So the first week of school, we knew our homecoming theme over the summer. Okay. So we had it kind of decided by the end of last year and put out to the class. And then so basically the first week of school we were like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is who's set to what committees. And then we started working on decorations because we have to cover our entire gym in paper.
Oh, wow.
All sorts of things all these little decorations. You cut 500 little fish because our theme was under the sea this year. We cut about 1,000 little neon fish, probably about the same amount of bubbles. It's pretty hardcore, but, we do our best. We work hard in class, and that's how we get to the point like this.
And the guys were telling me Spirit Week, obviously the whole thing is a compilation of Spirit Week. They were telling me one of the days was Pirates and Princesses.
Yes.
Who came up with that idea?
Oh, yeah. So we put it out. Okay, so there's the Spirit Week committee. We come up with ideas. We put it out to the class. The class gives us feedback. They give their ideas, and then we kind of vote on what's what. Pirates versus Princesses was one of our days this week. It was pretty fun. I saw a lot of little guys in tutus and tiaras. It was great.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Now, Julia, so was there a competition involved in terms of the Pirates versus Princesses? Were there competitions that are involved in?
Say a competition.
No.
I would say it's more like matching.
Okay.
It's like your friend does pirates while you do princesses.
I see.
Yes.
But I kind of just
did
pirate. So.
You did pirate. Okay.
Yeah,
Who helped you with your outfit?
My father.
He did?
Actually got me stuff from Spirit Halloween, and they actually turned out to be amazing. I had tats on my arm.
No.
It was absolute like I had like
It was
50.
some nice patchwork.
It was
Nice.
it was some amazing patchwork.
Now
I am
you've got
actually
some,
very proud
you've
of
got some
myself.
stuff going on your legs here. What's the design or these things
so
you've got going on
it
here?
was this morning, 7 a.m., right? And I'm like, I think I need to do something with my legs. So me and my friend Isabella, we got our hands out and started getting each other with white paint and then glitter.
Painting it up.
We got painted up.
Painted up in
Yeah.
glitter. Outstanding. Julia Lindley joining me to my immediate right. Juliana Satu is to the far right there. Okay, so the big question. Do you know who the king and the queen are?
I do not.
No,
No?
I actually don't.
I do not know.
Who's got the keys to that information?
our
Is that
royalty committee?
Carter?
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 Carter de Depo?
Is that
I
Carter
wouldn't
de
know.
Depo?
I would not know.
I actually don't
believe
know.
it is our homecoming committee.
Okay.
That consists of Sophia Lawrence, Vivian Ewell, Chloe Jankowski, somebody else I can't remember. Yes, they would have the key to that lock. I couldn't tell you. I'm not on that committee, but you guys should, tune
Now,
in tonight.
I think I was here for homecoming 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I remember they popped the glitter. Is that
Yep.
what's happening tonight?
There's some balloons
it is
will be
100%
popping.
Popped,
happening.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's balloons. They
Yeah.
pop the balloons, and if you have the gold dust, you're the winner.
Wasn't
believe
there
so.
2 winners last year?
I think so.
Yeah, there
Maybe.
was.
I think, yeah, but we're doing balloon popping with glitter tonight, so.
So is it still a vote? Do
Yes,
students
it is a
vote?
vote.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
they were supposed to vote.
So,
this
all
morning.
right. So you want to tell us who you voted for or no?
Who did I vote for?
I voted for.
I actually don't think I
Finley
voted.
and Finley Korn and Riley Goodwin.
Finley Korn and Riley. Now, which Finley is a boy or the boy?
No,
Finley's
Finley is the girl, and then
Riley's
Riley's the boy.
All
That's
right.
so
okay.
confusing. Yeah.
How about you? You want to
I
tell
did
us
not
who you voted
vote. I don't think.
for? What?
I'm
What?
being so
Come
firm
on,
right now.
Julia, what are you doing?
I kind of forgot.
Kind of forgot.
It was kind of a busy week.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
boy.
lie.
Wow. Okay. So we had Evan Greer on the show a little bit earlier, and all the boys thought that he might be the king. So,
Oh.
but you didn't vote for him. So tell us about the 2 kids that you voted for and why you think that they are deserving of that.
Well, I know Finley from last year. She was in Stugo last year. She was a great person. She was kind of our tech person. She helped out with like websites and QR codes and all that kind of thing you need when we're doing all these things that have to do with voting. So she helped out with that. I thought she was really good. She brought a lot of great energy to student government, and I thought she was amazing. Riley, I do not know as much. I know he's like a mutual. He's friends with a lot of our seniors. He seems like a great guy, and I really just know Finley, and I thought she was really cool, so that's why I voted for them.
All right. So let me ask you, Julia, you didn't vote, but who do you want to win?
I want Finley and Riley to win
Oh,
because
there you go.
they're they really bring the hype.
They do. Bring
And
the hype.
today at the assembly, oh my goodness gracious, they were really good. But oh shoot, Jackie and Sweeney.
Oh, those were pretty good.
I want them to win too. It's really hard to choose, but I mean,
everybody should win, guys.
I think they all should win, guys.
Okay.
But yeah, those two definitely. It's gonna be a hard one to choose.
So now you guys. So how does it work? You guys have the dance tonight, right after the game. Is there anything tomorrow, or just
no?
Just
It's
Sleep.
an all Friday.
Friday
Yeah.
type event.
I
Yeah,
have
it's
to
all
sleep.
Friday. So
Julia just wants to take a nap.
yeah.
We've been here since 7 a.m.
We
All
have
right.
been
I
here
asked.
since
I asked the boys this question, so I'll ask you. Do you have dance partners today?
I do not.
No?
I'm not going to the dance.
What?
So, yeah, I'm a little sad, but
Okay.
I'm quite busy this weekend.
All right.
So
How about you, Julia? You got a dance partner
I do,
tonight?
but it's a girl. It's my best friend,
Okay.
Maddie.
All right.
Maddie Diaz.
Okay.
I love that girl.
There you go. Well, hey, ladies, there you go. Congratulations on putting together a great event. And we're looking forward to finding out who the king and the queen are at halftime tonight.
yes, we
Me
are.
too.
All right. Keep doing. You swim too,
I do
Juliana?
swim.
Yeah, what's your event?
I'm mostly a 50 freestyler.
Okay.
So I do those sprints. My coach is trying to get me to be a mid-distancer, but I don't want to be.
Are you
so-
from the East? You have the East?
I am
little-
not.
No, sounds like you
No.
have a little bit of an Eastern
No.
accent now.
Oh.
I'm
like
not
you're from
the
New
East.
York or someplace like
Hey,
that.
I'd love to be.
Ladies,
No,
thanks so much for joining
Of
us.
course, thank
You're
you
so
for
welcome.
having
Absolutely.
us.
Have a great evening. All right, you got Julia Lindley, Juliana Satu, student government reps, sophomores here at the Canyon del Oro High School. All right, I saw Coach from the Amphi Panthers. He was here, so we're going to get him up next. That'll be Coach Jorge Mendeville. He'll be joining us here, and we'll chat with him about his team. You ladies are good. You can go. Thank you so much. Don't want to hold you here because I know you guys got a lot going on right there. All right, so there you go. We'll find out whoever pops the balloon that has the gold dust will be the winner here tonight. Homecoming King and Homecoming Queen. Is there anything better than a high school homecoming? Some of the players are starting to head out to the field. Looks like we got the kicker going to head out there early. He's probably got to get some judgment on this wind because it is for sure going to be a windy night. So if you're trying to kick tonight, you better go out there and maybe get a few balls in the air and try and figure out what is happening. We're going to go ahead and get a break in here right now. We'll get Jorge Mendeville and a couple of his guys. They're starting to come over here, and we'll talk to the Amphi Panthers. It is almost Friday night, folks. Amphi and CDO will get you a list of all the games coming up. Right now, though, cricket's going to get you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions that are reported Ina and I-10 reported at the overpass of Ina and I-10, La Cañada and River Road, also Ina and Shannon, and some slowing on the eastbound side of I-10 near the Ajo-Kino connection. 86 tomorrow, 93 and sunny Sunday, and triple digits back by Wednesday. 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your go-to destination for nonstop entertainment. Play for fun and play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void or prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Sports stations are built the same way. 1290 has Wildcats football, men's basketball, and baseball, plus the NFL and the Super Bowl. Tucson Trusts 1290. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
We'll do a hand mic. That'd be easier.
Is he okay?
Ron, did you get hit on the head?
What? Oh, no. I was just reminiscing.
Here comes a story.
I was 5 or 6. A scruffy little ragamuffin, I was.
A scruffy? What are you, Charles Dickens?
Mama just wanted to comfort me.
Mama?
Comfort. It's why we started Alaskan AC, you know?
We know.
I was being a fuss budget. Golly, I was a scoundrel.
Get to the point.
These were the early days at Alaskan AC, see?
See.
It's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC.
Ron.
We don't take ourselves too seriously.
We literally just came up with the new Alaskan AC jingle last month.
What? Who's that? Who's there? Is it you, Mama?
Oh, boy.
Yes, Ronnie, it's Mama.
Did your little Ron Bon make you proud?
Every day, dear.
Why did I even come to work today?
Because...
It's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans, Arizona football is here. Catch head coach Brent Brennan as the Wildcats enter their inaugural season of the Big 12 Conference. We need you to be part of the action. Filling the stands and cheering on Arizona. Secure your seats for all 7 home games with season tickets, or pick the plan that is best for you by calling the ticket office at 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB.
I can't find my other
Lock
mic
in your
though, so
tickets
we'll
today. We'll see you at Arizona Stadium. Bear down. Go Cats!
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
A 2023 last place team will win a playoff game this year.
I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to be that team. If you gave me two,
safe bet.
If you said 2
And you were
last
how many
place
years at
teams,
Empire?
I might say that's an overreaction.
8?
Come react or
20 plus,
overreact
or
with
19,
us.
20?
This one makes it much easier. So thank you for making it easier.
Well, tune in next week.
Overreaction Monday, wherever you listen.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives a scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price, Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, it is almost Friday night. We are out here at Canyon del Oro High School getting you set for CDO and Amphi, and the Panthers have arrived in the house. We have got Miguel Estrada, cornerback, wide receiver, and place kicker, sitting immediate to my right. In the back there, D'Angelo Mendoza, safety and a wide receiver, and 11-year head coach Jorge Mendivel is joining us as well. Did I say that right, Miguel? Did I say?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say. You can roll his name better than I can.
Yeah, Mendivel.
Mendivel. Okay, there we go. Jorge, tell me about this team. 1-2 to start the season. You guys had a nice win against Maryville to start things off. Been a little bit tough the last couple of weeks. I know you guys are dealing with some injuries, but how have the guys kind of been reacting to that?
Well, that's the main thing. You know, it's football. There's going to be injuries, and you have to take that next man up mentality. But sometimes, kids aren't ready. And if you get thrust into the limelight, occasionally you may stumble a little bit. And we've had that happen a couple times. But I think as practices have gone on, the guys that are filling those roles are doing a much better job of filling them. So we just got to keep progressing, keep getting better. And, tonight's going to be a good game with CDO. And then we open region play next week.
All right, Miguel, do you guys look at this as a rivalry because you guys are in the same district?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. CDO, Amphi, same colors, right next to each other, district. Yeah, man.
For you, what got you into football? How long you been playing, and what do you love about it?
I started playing high school. Yeah, I started playing.
You didn't play till high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started playing. No, I just had nothing to do, so I just came, started playing. Was pretty good at it. Just stayed at it.
And
I liked it.
Miguel's a really good soccer player. He's one of the best soccer players in Tucson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's his main love. I kind of figured.
I was going to ask you. I was like, if you're the kicker, you probably play a little soccer.
Yeah.
As well. So tell me about your range on the football field here.
Football field? What do you mean? Like
It's turned to how far you can kick it.
Oh, pretty far. You know, we could 40.
40?
Yeah.
40, that's not too bad.
He's good from 40.
Not too bad. So, I mean, like for you, growing up in soccer, how did you kind of, once you started playing football, how did you kind of learn that aspect of kicking versus, obviously the way you kick the ball in soccer?
It's way different. Way different than kicking a soccer ball to a football. Like, the football is like, you got to hit in a certain spot so you could go far. And then a soccer ball, you could just kick it in, like, any spot and you just go far. But football is way different than soccer.
Was it frustrating when you first started it to try to kind of find the straightness of how you wanted to try to get it between the goalposts and whatnot?
A little bit. It was just more like hitting in the right spot. That's all. Yeah, because the same, just hitting the right spot would be good.
If he hits in the right spot, it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes he hits in the wrong spot, though.
And it just dies right there.
That's when I get mad at him.
And both Miguel and D'Angelo are wide receivers on this team. Okay, D'Angelo, who's the fastest between the two of you guys?
Oh, yeah, definitely Miguel. You know, soccer.
Hold it up a little bit closer there.
He's definitely – Miguel, I got to give it to him. He's definitely quicker than me, but I feel like I got more endurance, so I can run for longer, but he's just quick off the ball. So.
All right, who's the better route runner between you two?
We both pretty good, but, you know, Miguel, he's just – he got a little
the quickness of soccer.
Yeah,
it's
the quickness.
Shifty.
All you gotta do is just hit him with
you're
the
used to
1-2.
running a lot out there on the
and
soccer field.
With soccer, I'm like the forward, so I'm top, so I'm always like sprint all the time. So yeah.
What do you like, Jorge, about these two guys as wide receivers?
They do a really good job of blocking.
Oh.
You know, we ask our guys to block a lot.
Right.
They're not just route runners. You know, we'll get into a wing look and ask them help block down a defensive end. And both of them have done well. You know, they've grown. They're still a little bit on the smaller side. Like Miguel was tiny when he first started playing, and he's actually grown and become a very serviceable wing for us. And you know, D'Angelo, he plays safety, so he's not afraid to come down and hit. So he translates that to the offensive side. Route running, they both run really good routes. They mastered pretty much what we asked them to do. So hopefully we get some catches from both these guys tonight.
Jorge Mendivi is joining us, 11-year head coach at Amphi High School. Has been around these parts as a head coach. Spent a number of years at Empire, also San Manuel. Miguel Estrada, cornerback, and also D'Angelo Mendoza is a safety. So you guys obviously playing both ways. How do you manage that during the game and try to keep yourself fresh to be able to be successful on both sides of the ball?
The conditioning we do at practice definitely got us into this. We're good now, but the beginning of the season, it was a little bit hard, but now with that right conditioning and things, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
D'Angelo, coach was obviously saying that you're not afraid to come down and make some tackles in the box. How do you read your plays out there to know when you need to be back in coverage and when you need to try to come down and make a tackle?
Usually, I'll start to read like the line. Like you'll see them go for the block, and then that's when I step down to go look for who's coming out my way, and then I'll try to hit them. Sometimes they got them lead blockers that I try to go through, but hey, whenever they're not there, I go in for the hit.
How long you been playing football, D'Angelo?
I've been playing since freshman year.
Freshman year. So both of you guys just starting in high school. Was this one of those things, Jorge? I mean, did they just come out? Or I hear so many stories of coaches like going down the hallways and spotting a kid and saying, yeah, maybe you might want to come out and play some football.
With this class, they had a lot of freshmen come out.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of them did not play before. And us as coaches, we say no habits are better than bad habits. So, you know, it's our job just to bring them along. You know, they're freshmen, sophomore years. They're babies. They're learning the game, and you know, by the time they're juniors and seniors, they're very serviceable, and they've learned the game. So I think both these guys understand what's going on, what's being asked of them on both sides of the ball, and that's what makes them good players.
Chatting with Jorge Mendivi, 11-year head coach at Amphi, Miguel Estrada and D'Angelo Mendoza joining us. I know you guys. This is kind of like two rivalry games in a row. Had Flowing Wells last week, bad taste in your mouth. What went wrong that game, and what have you guys tried to correct coming into tonight?
We just gotta correct our mentality, you know, wanting to win, wanting it more, you know, more than them, especially.
I agree. I feel like this game compared to last game, I feel like last game everybody was trying, but I feel like mentality-wise, I feel like people could have just been more out to go get it. But today, we've been doing good at practice. I feel like we're gonna be doing better.
D'Angelo, you play any other sports?
I did track, basketball, and a little bit of volleyball. But
Oh wow, you're all over the place. What's your favorite of the sports you play?
I like football for the hitting, but basketball for the playing because I'm pretty good.
All right, how many points a game you score?
That's a good question. I usually.
We'll see.
We'll see, right?
We'll see.
And in terms of the soccer, Miguel, what are you hoping for this coming season in the fall? And is there an opportunity potentially for you to play that sport at the next level?
Well, we're trying to get region champs this year.
Okay.
You know, last year we were short. Michael Mountain beat us. They went all the way to state championship. But hopefully we win region and then go for college, you know, out of the country maybe. Go play in Mexico, go play in Europe, somewhere out.
Where's the best? Have you traveled to play soccer previous?
I feel like I used to play in Mexico. That's where I moved from Mexico to here.
Okay.
So I played all over the place in Mexico.
How old were you when you moved to the United States?
I moved here in the starting of middle school, like 6th grade.
6th grade?
Yeah, that's when I moved here.
What have you liked about this atmosphere in southern Arizona since you got here?
It's way bigger from where I'm from. You know, like there's a lot more. You know.
So you're from a small town in Mexico?
Yeah,
what
small
town?
AP.
AP?
Oh, Prieta.
Okay.
It's in Sonora. But I used to play, I moved around like Mexico, so like, yeah, I really like it around here. I mean, a little bit, because the heat. The heat's too hot.
But I imagine it's hot in Prieto, isn't it, or no?
It's, I mean, a little bit, you know.
Is it more elevated, or?
It's low.
It's lower.
No, it's higher.
It's higher?
It's higher.
Okay.
Douglas right across the border from it, so it's
it's a little bit cooler there.
Yeah,
it's a little bit cooler there. Who's your favorite soccer player?
Messi. For sure.
Messi,
No
for
hesitation.
sure. How about you? You follow soccer at all?
Honestly,
D'Angelo?
not really.
No?
Nah.
Who's your favorite football player, then?
I can't answer that either.
I don't really have a favorite.
Nah.
Okay, no worries with that. No worries with that. In terms of the remainder of this season, what are you guys hoping to accomplish this year with this young group that you have?
Get better. You know, get better. Learn from our mistakes, and then just win the region.
Right. So D'Angelo, when you guys get done with me, you got about an hour and a half before the game. What's your process? Starting from when you get back in the locker room to get yourself mentally prepared to play?
I think about my position, like what I got to do, how I'm going to execute it, and also while putting my stuff on, I got to make sure it feels good so I can play good.
There you go. Got to look good to play good, right?
Yo.
Got to look good to play good. How about
Feel
you,
good,
Miguel?
play
Is
good.
there anything music-wise you listen to get you hyped up before a game or anything like that?
It's Mexican music, man. I just listen to Mexican music and get ready.
All right, who's your favorite artist?
Artist?
Yeah, who's your favorite Mexican artist out there?
Nathanael Cano.
Okay, outstanding.
But we get I get hyped. I get ready. Go hype them up. You know, get the energy up. Get ready. Get locked in, and then we go execute.
All right, you wide receiver. So shout out your quarterback that's going to be throwing the ball to you tonight.
Oh, Manny.
Today it is going to be Manny.
Manny?
Yeah.
There you go. Tell us what's special about Manny and what he's able to do out there.
He's pretty good in the pocket.
It's going to be his first game starting? Oh, no, second game starting. Second game starting. Yeah, you know, he's getting used to the speed of varsity football, you know.
Wow.
How fast?
And what year is he, coach?
He's a junior.
Junior?
Yeah. Our starting quarterback tore his ACL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, last week. So
that's tough right there. So
he's stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing
He's
good.
doing well.
He's doing good at practice.
He's doing actually very well.
All right, so Miguel, it looks like you're averaging about 40 yards a game receiving. That's not bad. Let's see what your partner over here, what's he got over there? Miguel, you got what do you have? You got 120 yards?
Could have done better.
All right, 120 yards on the season and a touchdown. Tell me about your touchdown.
Oh, it was a slang go. You know, it's a slang. Manny just threw it up there, and I was right there and caught it and scored.
There you go.
Simple like that. It was
all right.
Yes, sir,
not that
yes,
much.
sir.
All right, what's your favorite route that you like to run when you get out in the routes?
I can't say that because then
No, because they're going to know it.
I can't say that.
All right, don't tell us, though. But how many times do you think Coach will call that for you today?
Few times.
Yeah,
a few times.
Outstanding. Jorge, just anything else on your team that's kind of good about this group that we should know about?
Yeah, it's a pretty close-knit group. You know,
Yeah.
we've got about 30 guys. They all get along. They like each other. And, you know, I think they're going to continue to get better. You know, the goal, obviously, next week we start our region play and is try to get as healthy as we can for that. So.
Well, and it was competitive region last year between you guys and Empire and Douglas. I mean, you guys kind of all beat up on each other.
Exactly. You know, we played Empire during fall break, and I hate fall break, and we play them again during fall break. So, hopefully we got all our guys, set up and lined up and ready to go for that. But yeah, that's a big one. And then we go to Douglas, and it's always tough to play at Douglas, but at the same time, that long trip, I think these guys are used to it. We took the trip up to Phoenix already, so they'll be fine. It's kind of like a little homecoming for Miguel going to Douglas, though, so I'm sure.
Yeah,
is that right?
Right after the game, we're going to Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So what's your favorite thing to do when you go home?
Go home?
Yeah.
Just relax, you know?
Is there
relax, because it feels better over there. It feels like home when I'm over there.
Right.
Here, I'm not still used to it. And when I'm over there, home, relax, go with my grandparents, go with my friends over there, go play soccer over there. Definitely
there you go.
Go play baseball. We go play baseball, too, over there.
And he'll be back Monday for practice. So.
I think that's a reminder that you have to be
otherwise you're not starting on Friday against
Oh, boy. There you go. There you go. Hey, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to this game here tonight with CDO and making sure everybody kind of stays healthy out there and has some fun tonight. Go spoil homecoming, right?
yeah,
there you go. All right, Jorge Mendivi, along with his players D'Angelo Mendoza and Miguel Estrada. We appreciate them all joining us here today as they get ready for their game here tonight. It is almost Friday night, Amphi and CDO. We're going to be thank you very much, Miguel. Good luck tonight. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. And we're going to be having, obviously, we'll be out here tonight. We'll have some coverage of it. We'll have some TVs, and we'll have some video coming up a little bit later. So hang on over to our website, WildcatsRadio1290.com, for coverage after the ball game. We'll have all the scores from around Southern Arizona as well coming up for you a little bit later. And your one-stop shop for everything Southern Arizona coverage, whether it's the Wildcats, whether it's Pima, whether it's high school football, high school flag football. The ladies got their schedules started this week as well. And we've got a new number of teams playing flag football this year, close to 8. Marana is back again as one of the top teams in the area. Sunnyside is playing this year, as well as Buena's got a team. Palo Verde's playing some high school flag football this year. So we're really looking forward to the continued growth of that sport here in Southern Arizona as well. All right, we've got one more segment coming up here from Canyon del Oro High School as we get you set for Friday night football here in Southern Arizona. Again, you don't find a beautiful location than Canyon del Oro High School, or as I mentioned, unless you're across the street at Push Ridge Christian Academy, because they both have this magnificent view of the Push Ridge Mountains. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. With collisions that are reported, Ina and I-10 reported on Ina at I-10, crash at La Cañada and River Road. Some light slowing on the eastbound side of I-10 approaching and passing the Ajo-Kino connection. Some backups on southbound Kino approaching Benson Highway. 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, and triple digits back on Wednesday.
I think one of those wide receivers stole it.
Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell is introducing the new Cantina Chicken menu with new Cantina Chicken burrito, quesadilla, bowl, and tacos, featuring their new slow roasted chicken. Try the new Cantina Chicken menu today at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Listen to the home of the Wildcats wherever you are on your iPhone and iPad by downloading our new app in the App Store so you can tune in wherever you are 24 hours a day. The home of the Wildcats is everywhere. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rutgers and Va-Tech slug it out. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Rutgers goes to Blacksburg this weekend, and it's a low total of 44.5 when they face Virginia Tech. But the BetQL model expects them to go over this low total. BetQL has over 44 in the hook as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS. Follow all the action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship. Sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
You are never too old for a family.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is dedicated to finding forever families for children who have been waiting in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever, overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially...
California via third-party delivery.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, final segment from Canyon del Oro High School. It is almost Friday night, getting you set for homecoming here at the high school tonight as the Wildcats, as the Dorados, getting set to take on Amphi. Things are starting to ramp up here. We've got a lot of activity happening here. I see some of the players starting to come out in their uniforms again for a little pregame practice. Some of the Amphi players are starting to hit the field as well. They're starting to set up some of the stands here for concessions and other things that are happening here for homecoming Friday night. So it's going to be a lot of fun here out at Canyon del Oro High School. This is just one of several games that's going on. It's actually a little bit of a more limited schedule this week than most Friday nights, but I'll run down everything happening here in southern Arizona. Desert Christian, they're 2-1, the newest program in southern Arizona. They're going to host Cicero Prep tonight at 6 p.m. We'll have to check back in with that program. We talked to them prior to the season when they had to postpone their first game, but they're back playing, and they've won 2 of 3. Santa Cruz Valley looking good again. They are 4-0, won a state championship several years ago. They're at Erite Prep today. We mentioned Palo Verde with a couple of wins. They're going to host Tanque Verde tonight. Both those teams enter at 2-1. San Manuel on the road at Valley Union. This is a good game in 1A. St. David, 4-0, will be hosting Mogollon at 3-1. 2 of the top 8-man teams in the country, or in the state of Arizona tonight down at St. David. Catalina will host Bisbee. Bisbee comes in at 2-1. Catalina, the Trojans, are 0-3 on the season. Pueblo and Empire will duke it out down in Vail this evening. Sabino at 2-2 will take on Safford tonight at home. Santa Rita still looking for their first win, 0-3. They're going to host Wilcox tonight. The Cowboys are 1-2. Flowing Wells coming off their victory over Amphi at Sahuarita tonight. The Caps 2-1, Sahuarita 1-2. Catalina Foothills will host Push Ridge Christian Academy tonight. The Lions are 2-1. The Falcons, the kids from my neighborhood, are winless at 0-3. Walden Grove at 0-2 is at Cienega tonight, 2-1. Ironwood Ridge 2-1 will travel to Douglas. The Bulldogs are winless on the season at 0-3. Buena looking good. They are 3-0. They're going to host Tucson tonight. The Badgers are 2-1. You've got Benson at 1-2. They will host Tombstone tonight. Tombstone enters the Yellow Jackets at 2-1. And Baba Kaviri, winless at 0-4, will visit Kearney Ray. Ray is 1-3 on the season. And then the final game in the area, the Battle of the Boot over in Marana across the mountain. It'll be the Tigers, the best team in southern Arizona right now, at 3-0, taking on Matt Johnson's Mountain View Mountain Lions. They are 2-1. All right, last night, Arizona volleyball got their 10th win of the season as the ladies knocked off North Dakota State by a score of 3-0. We had a chance yesterday to hear from both Charita Stubbs, the head coach, and Jordan Wilson, the fabulous outside hitter. It was a great night for one Jalen Hodge, another senior outside hitter. Jalen had 17 kills in that ball game. But one of the things that they're trying to establish this year with this team is making Jordan Wilson a 6-rotation player. Charita Stubbs talked this week about Jordan playing all 6 rotations in the Wildcat system.
Being a 6-rotation player is definitely a transition that many think they're ready for, and they're not ready for it. And so in the beginning, the first couple weeks, she had some ups and downs as a result of trying to press too hard. But now she's settled into the position more. She understands it. But she, too, isn't really prepared for what's going to come once we get into the Big 12. And so that's why we continue to develop the players around. So every now and again, she'll just probably need a breather, as does any of the players, to put them in a position. But her progression has been very good.
Jordan currently leads the Wildcats in points with 129 this season. She's been an adept blocker. She is second on the team in total blocks with 18. She is also second on the team in digs with 83, and she leads the team in kills with 110. Jordan spoke this week about being a player that can play all 6 rotations.
I've really been enjoying it. It's something new to me. I did it a little bit in club. I wasn't really too active back there. I was more of a back row attacker for them and then had a DS come in. But now being able to be a full rotation, 6 rotations, and playing defense and getting involved in the back row, like coverage, all of that, serving, like I'm having such a blast. And what I did to prepare for that, Rita and I, and like all the girls on the team as well, like they pushed me really hard in the springtime for training and for getting me involved in the back row, because I wanted to be on the floor a lot more. Of course, everybody does, but like I wanted to get more involved with defense, and it's a whole new world. Like it's a completely different from defense in the front row compared to the back row. So I really enjoy it. It's something new, and I look forward to keep going, or like to keep pushing forward with it. Yeah.
All right, the ladies will be back on the floor tomorrow to wrap up the Wildcat Classic. A noon first serve against Southern Utah. I'll be out at that ball game tomorrow, that match, and we'll have some coverage of that as well for you coming up over the weekend. So follow us again on our app, Wildcats Radio 1290. Download the app. Our app slaps. We've got the best coverage of Southern Arizona that you are going to find. All right, let's give you our Desert Diamond Casino replay for today.
And now, the best thing you will hear all day.
Hachi-machi!
It's time for the Wildcat Radio Replay. In case you missed this earlier in the day, we now bring you the best of 1290. It's made possible by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, we told you last night the Phoenix Mercury lost their finale, their regular season finale at home to Seattle. It was at the Footprint Center in Phoenix. Are we seeing the final stages of the career of the great Diana Taurasi? If we are, the goodbyes have started for fans.
Dear D,
if this is it, if this is your final regular season game in front of the X Factor,
how do we say thank you 7,427 times?
GOAT delivers again!
One for every day we were proud to have you wear our uniform.
Face of the franchise just doesn't cut it for someone who has been the Mercury heartbeat for 20 of our 28 seasons.
if this is it, how do we thank someone not for what they did, but what they gave?
Not just how you scored, but how you competed.
Not just how you celebrated the wins, but how you hated to lose.
If this is it, thank you for letting us share in the joy.
For the banners and the MVPs.
For 10,000.
For getting to see you on that medal stand 6 times.
For letting us call you GOAT, even though you hated it.
And for the technicals where you really got your money's worth.
If this is it, thank you for the sacrifices.
For the injuries we never knew about.
For 365-day seasons.
For allowing a city you'd never visited to become your family's home.
If this is it, thank you for the moments.
It feels good to be home.
For the passes we didn't see coming.
And the shots we knew were going in before they left your hand.
Diana's done it! She is 1 of 1!
Thank you not just for the elimination game wins.
Taurasi a 3 for the lead!
But for what it felt like to have you on our side on those nights.
Taurasi the pull-up, it's good, and the foul!
For the fire, the laughs. For loving the game and never cheating it.
For the ones who picked up a ball to be like you, who pull up from the logo because you did.
In playing the right way, you represented a city, changed a franchise, and lifted a league.
We hope you felt us behind you every step of the way.
If this is it, most of all, thank you for doing it all in one uniform.
Ryder finds Taurasi a 3. It's good! She got it! The GOAT delivers again!
If this is it, thank you will never be enough. But it's a start.
Love all of us.
That was the Wildcat Radio Replay with the best of the best from 1290. It's brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
What a tribute video. Head on over to the Phoenix Mercury Twitter account at Phoenix Mercury if you haven't had a chance to watch that. The voice.
Got a bonus for you, DK. You ready?
Yeah, bonus.
This is her checking out after last night's game.
Absolutely. Yep, there you go. I mean, the crowd very appreciative. The voices you heard in that video, her wife, Penny Taylor, who played also for the Phoenix Mercury, her agent, her sister, also had voices in that video, as well as her current teammate, Brittany Griner. It's been an illustrious career. Will we get to see her play one more time at home? Well, the Mercury have some work to do in the postseason in order to make that happen. It's a best of three. They would have to force it to a game 3, and maybe a week from tonight, we get one more chance to see Diana Taurasi play, and who knows if they can win that series. Still more games to come. All right, that is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight from Canyon del Oro High School. It is almost Friday night. Kickoff coming up at 7. Homecoming night here. Amphi visiting CDO. Thanks to everybody that was a part of this broadcast tonight. We had Priscilla, we had Riley, we had Jackie here on scene, keeping us from blowing away in the wind at Canyon del Oro High School. And, of course, we had J-Dub, we had Dragon Ball Cricket, and Bob back in the studio. That is our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you on Monday. Brent Brennan press conference show at around 11:30 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
All right, all these are uploaded except for the last one, so I'll have that done in the next 15 minutes.
Yada. Also, expect to experience slowdowns on Grant Road. East of Country Club to east of Alvernon Way. Travels down to one lane and really busy to move through at times. 86 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, triple digits back on Wednesday, and 89 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals utilize their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Escape the ordinary and indulge in a world of excitement at Park Place Mall. Discover endless possibilities with over 100 stores, restaurants, and entertainment options. Join them for the monthly Kids Club, Yappy Hour, and seasonal events. From fashion to food, it's all at Park Place Mall, where you belong.
Is he okay? Ron, did you get hit on the head? What? Oh, no. I was just reminiscing. Here comes a story. I was 5 or 6. A scruffy little ragamuffin, I was. A scruffy? What are you, Charles Dickens? Mama just wanted to comfort me. Mama? Comfort. It's why we started Alaskan AC, you know? We know. I was being a fuss budget. Golly, I was a scoundrel. Get to the point. These were the early days at Alaskan AC, see? See. It's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC. Ron. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We literally just came up with a new Alaskan AC jingle last month. What? Who's that? Who's there? Is it you, Mama? Oh, boy. Yes, Ronnie, it's Mama. Did your little Ron Bon make you proud? Every day, dear. Why did I even come to work today? Because... it's a fun place to work at Alaskan AC. We don't take ourselves too seriously. AlaskanAC.com.
Remember,